Oh, that's right. Hex Warrior. I know what you're talking about now. The thing
Yeah.
is, if you get packed to the blade, then it extends to every packed weapon, no matter the weapon. So yeah, it can't have a two-handed weapon, and you have to be proficient with it. But if you get packed to the blade, then it's whatever weapon you're bladed.
And the advantage of Pack to the Blade is that you can also change your weapon. I did it so that I was literally pulling a weapon out of a material space. And you can even change the hex blade into a bow if you really wanted to shoot somebody at long distance.
That's super cool.
Hey, I'll be right back real quick.
Oh, and Dova.
Oh my gosh, it's Dova.
Hey Dova.
Yeah?
With Hexblade's Curse, you crit on a 19 or
Ooh.
to make things even better.
Hell yeah.
So I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
My original idea was like a few levels in Fighter, a few levels in Divination Wizard, a few levels in Paladin to get like extended crit and guaranteed dice with Divination's ability. And
But now you can drop those fighter levels.
exactly. And then Paladin Smite and like what was it? 2 levels in shoot. Oh, 2 levels in Grave Cleric, so you could use their Channel Divinity to double the next attack. So you
Alright,
channel
I'm back.
Divinity. You channel Divinity. They're vulnerable to next attack. You action surge. You use that 20 that you rolled earlier today, and then you Paladin
That's
on
a
a crit.
lot.
It is, and it's like a one-trick pony kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you could do that, you might be able to one-shot the boss, but that's pretty much all.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like my Code Vein runs. I literally made a build where I buffed myself up, put myself on a timer where if I don't kill the boss within 1 minute, I'm dead. Do a certain action and literally one-shot the boss.
Good.
God, this downloaded forever.
An earnest disciple.
I'm not even up to a gig. Oh.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah?
Rice
One day
Kitty,
you-
thank you very much for that follow.
Sorry?
One day you and I should get together and make a kobold shaman class. I think it'd be really cool. I mean, a shaman class that any race could be.
Gotcha.
But particularly kobold.
Yes, a kobold could also use this race. This class just.
It's meant for kobolds, but anybody can join.
Of course. I mean, it's meant for any race that wants to be.
Any race that's a kobold.
Oh, another character idea I thought of. A dragon sorcerer kobold that is absolutely, utterly convinced he is an actual.
Dragon?
A full dragon.
Heck yeah.
No one can convince him otherwise.
He's just a kid. He'll grow up. He'll hit his growth spurt soon.
Exactly. His wings haven't grown in yet.
Our illustrious champion returns. Welcome home.
Oh. And he's got bardic levels of overconfidence and
Tales of
sloth.
our endeavors proliferate.
Hell yeah.
Jumps up on the steps on the bar stool. Jumps up on the bar counter. Hey, baby. You ever been with a dragon before?
Oh, big stretch.
If he
By the
will-
way, Sephinara, I have a question.
Hmm?
Do
Yeah.
you remember if Satisfactory needs server hosting? Or if it's
No,
just
it could be
going
peer
straight in.
to peer.
Okay,
Zib and I did it peer to peer.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Play one after. They added a dune starting area. It's like big old desert.
You're gonna say something, Sim?
Oh, I was just gonna, say that we should do it again so I can now build all of the tubes.
I know there's tubes. There's like a little cart. I don't know how to get it though.
Let him finish. He's gonna make it work.
We will have a wall of just tubes.
Uh-huh.
It's the goal.
And
It will stretch
Don't know about it.
all
And then it's
around
one-
our entire base, our entire factory.
yeah, okay.
And then we will also have conveyor belts, which will stretch everywhere. It will be
every
glorious.
Mm-hmm.
You will love it.
You're not saying the part that I know you want to say. So
Now, what could I possibly be saying?
That you're going to make them all slightly askew just to bug
Tales
me.
of our endeavors proliferate.
Just a bit. Just slightly.
I hate you.
Well, I love you. All right.
Unsub. No, I'm kidding.
It's a good thing you can't do that. Otherwise, I'd
That's
probably
awesome.
be in trouble. All right, everyone. Hello and welcome to the stream. I am Raw Zim, and this is Echoes of Eberron, Dungeons and Dragons. I will turn it over now to... Why are you going, oh god, he's not even here.
I'm just saying. I'm just ready for whoever says.
I-
I'm just preparing.
Big Zerth.
It is turned over to Kobold.
Hello.
Kobold
Hit me.
Mickey.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Rahul?
Also,
That's all you're
Safinora,
getting.
update
I hope
your,
you're not expecting anything else.
you gotta change your icon, Safinora. Oh wait, you
My
did.
icon is
It just didn't update. Never mind.
God, this is the 4th time, Zim.
All right, I'm doing the recap now.
Yes,
Zerth
Kobold
got
Mickey
big permanent-
is doing the recap.
He's
Zerth
doing it
got
right
big
now. You
permanent-
interrupted him.
Yeah, thanks.
But he is not being Kobold Mickey.
We snuck through some sewers. We got out of the underground. Zerth got big permanently. I don't remember any. That whole
Fighting
Zerth-
the big thing in the church basement.
Oh yeah, we fought a thing.
Hmm.
Okay, Dusty
sorry.
stealing the recap.
Zerth becoming giant kind of took up a lot of memories.
I tended to do that.
And
Cobalt.exe
undead
has ceased
are
to function.
absolutely not my fault. Just out and about.
Kobolds out of Ram.
Out of RAM.
Ram.
Rem.
That's what I said, but I kind of choked on the word a little bit.
All right. So, yeah, last time you guys fought some sort of creature, some sort of parasite that had kind of grown within one of the expeditionary team, a female dwarf, who is now missing her right arm and has a sizable, about maybe like a grapefruit sized amount of like flesh missing from her lower back. But they managed to clear the parasite out from her. I misspoke. The parasite was actually in the corpse of the Kalishtar, who was actually on the expeditionary team. But you managed to fight that, kill it, and as it sort of withered away and turned into ash, you also managed to revive the head priest, who was killed almost instantly when the thing emerged.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. He's fine.
And as the dust settles, as the ash settles, as it were, there were actually 0 casualties, permanent casualties. That was one of the other dwarvish clerics who was attacked by one of the beasts or one of the creatures was only in fact injured and has made a somewhat of a recovery. He's kind of on one of the healing cots that they have set up, and as your long rest it kind of comes to a close, as your little period of healing and recuperation ends, You all kind of slowly make your way out of the tent that is much larger on the inside. And yeah, the inside of the church is it's quiet, it's very calm. There's a very faint breeze blowing in through one of these kind of almost like portholes, kind of lining one of these, one of the top edges of the walls. Fresh air blowing through, kind of carrying a bit of the scent of the city with it, but it's not overbearing. And Zerth, you are currently much, much taller.
Mm-hmm.
You are now considered large. You take up, 4 spaces.
I pop my tent.
I think you should be able to fit inside the tent. I think I was gonna research that, but I never came to a conclusion.
The way
Let's
he
just-
was
God.
laying, sprawled out with his arms. So when it happened, it just kind of popped out from underneath. So you just kind of see gator hands and that tail.
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
no.
kind of thinking of the tent just covering like the face, and then you know, like Kronk.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
that's an even better picture.
Rosalind's just sitting on top of his chest, just arms folded.
Someone supersized my dad.
Quiet, Dust.
I should have seen
I will
this,
never.
but I did not
You
see
know
it.
that.
Hey, Dova.
Yeah.
I want to make a coffee grinder with my spare parts.
All right. Go ahead and.
It's probably super simple.
Oh yeah. You have plenty of scrap. Yeah, I'd say it wouldn't really be that difficult to make. So I say over the course of about maybe half an hour to an hour, you can fashion one that works decently well.
All right, cool. How much scrap do you think that would take?
Maybe about 3 pounds. The end goal or the end product is maybe a pound, but you went through a decent amount of raw material just wastage wise.
Makes sense.
All right. Hey, hi,
And
hi
then-
Ray. How are you?
Hi. Sorry, my computer was moving at like 3 potatoes a month.
Oofta.
Oh, perfect.
Holy
Now we're
hell.
gonna turn it over to Mickey.
We've already
Dova-
started. We can't back up.
Adova, I will then proceed to make a cup of coffee with 1 bean.
With 1 bean.
You know what happened last time? He was given half coffee, half milk.
All right.
He's
A
just trying to wake up.
singular.
All right. You make the. Proceeding with your various cooking utensils and your little spice grinder, you proceed to make a very anemic cup of coffee. It's about the size of like an espresso shot, but it's got about 1/10 of the caffeine.
Just enough to wake up without giving me too much energy.
Without just making you explode.
I groggily sit on Zerth's outstretched hand while I.
All right.
You hear grumpy grumbling from the tent.
I sip faster.
As you guys are slowly waking up inside the tent, you hear kind of a strange kind of rustling for a moment near the mouth of the tent. Before you just hear like a jingling of like a tiny bell.
I perk up and go see what is happening with.
The the head priest, a rather tall-looking dwarven man, braided and a gilded beard, kind of looks down, a little bit surprised as he says, "Ah, you're all up. That's good." And you can see under some of his vestments, there's a good amount of bandaging kind of near his chest. I just wanted to give my thanks for all that you've done. The temple and the Church of Onatar will be glad to house you for however long you may need.
Dusty seems confused. What is this gratitude thing that you're doing right now? I'm not
Yeah,
used to it.
usually when we go into someone's house or residence and then destroy a giant monster there, they're not too happy.
You say that in character?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you've done this before? He kind of chuckles.
Have we? I feel like that is a thing we've done. Have we, Dova?
Oh, you could have asked Dusty and he would look back.
I don't think so, actually.
Well,
No.
define house first.
Oh, well, wait, no, we didn't actually do any combat on the.
No,
You
see,
keep cutting
we have,
out, Cobalt.
I said didn't actually do any combat on the ship.
we have bad luck with trains.
Oh, yeah, okay, trains.
Yeah, that's why it said
That's good.
define a house, because it's happened before, but not exactly a house.
Hmm.
When we fought the spooky bacon, would you consider that a house? He probably wasn't too happy for us to be there either.
More
Is
of a
the
hovel.
Moorlands a house?
This is an actual conversation we're having now.
He kind of stops you there. He says, "Whatever the case, if there's anything that you might need, just feel free to let us know. Though there is one request that we do have. We do have an actual dormitory area. Your tent is currently in the middle of our sanctum.
Oh yeah.
right.
Locate.
Whenever you're ready. We're not seeing very much traffic today, so
I forget.
the afternoon worship service can be postponed if you need to.
We must have just. We're probably just so tired we just set up and fell asleep.
Pretty
Mhm.
much.
Well, that and we were told that we could set up inside the foyer because everywhere else was full.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't remember that, but okay. I guess it works out.
And you guys aren't really sure exactly how long you've been asleep either.
Oh,
You remember it was
7,000 years.
you
I'll
remember
ask
it was
you.
about evening.
What
to
year is
afternoon
it?
when you got here? So
I'll ask him. How long have we been asleep?
Anun's
Well-
gonna wake up, yawn, and tell him exactly how long.
Well,
all right,
hold on.
give me a sec.
You don't know exactly what day it is. You just know the time of. So if you were asleep for a flat 24 hours, it would seem like no time has.
I'm just gonna say, it's about 5 in the evening. The next day, so you guys have been asleep for about 20 hours,
Huh.
Okay.
and just lounging around and unable to get up.
Wow, carrying around that dwarven woman really tired me out. And so did falling down those stairs. And so did...
Well, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm happy
Any sort
something
of
tired you out for a change.
Well, I was also super hyped for my new pudding.
I'm gonna make a pot of coffee for everyone.
all right.
Now that I've got a neat new grinder.
You make it inside the tent, I'm guessing, because the tent itself would have a kind of a small stove, or not necessarily a stove, but more like a fire pit with a handful of continuously burning logs in it. It doesn't really emit that much smoke, and the logs really never seem to burn down.
I mean, sure, I use my gauntlet and a pot, but that works too.
All right.
I was gonna say, even if we didn't have the logs, there's some lava nearby that I'm pretty sure we could borrow.
Do you have any cups?
I have a mess kit.
I'll
wait,
assume
do I?
at the most a mess kit would contain about 2 cups.
Oh wait, I have cooked utensils. Does that count?
Those would be kind of knives and I guess the measuring cup. That would count as a cup. But mostly it's utensils and kind of cutting and preparation equipment.
I realize I don't have a lot of cups. I'll ask the it's a priest guy, right?
Yeah.
I'll ask, is there any place to buy supplies around?
Well, there's a handful of I think there's a market just down the street. It should be able to handle whatever you need. Although I believe it might be closing soon. For nighttime, that is.
If I was actually playing a nocturnal character this time, I'd be like closing for night. That's ridiculous.
I don't
Well,
understand.
I'm glad we're away from the nocturnal, so I don't have to juggle that sort of gymnastics in my head.
It was annoying, but it was fun and it was different and unique.
Hmm.
Everyone we talked to was upset that we were bothering them in the middle of the night. I'll fashion some makeshift cups out of the scrap.
All right. Go ahead and give me a cooking check.
Okay, in my defense, I've never cooked bean juice for anyone other than me, so I don't know how much to use.
Mm-hmm.
Too much juice, not enough beans.
Rosalind just drinks the pot.
All right. Okay. So, the coffee finishes brewing. You pour it over and
What's
start
coffee?
pouring it into all these small kind of almost espresso cups. Kind of sniff it. Smells kind of strong by your own standards, Yark. And everyone, I'm assuming, unless you would say no, that you would all take a small sip at the very least.
I just eat the whole thing, cup
Alright.
and all.
A cup's made of metal, by the way.
Did he start?
You mean, did I stutter?
Crunch.
Zerth, fittingly enough, this is about the right kind of caffeine to mass ratio for Zerth. It's about perfect. For the rest of you, this is like a triple espresso.
Dusty is excited.
This
Well,
is bitter, it's dark, and it is very strong.
I offer milk.
And graciously takes that.
I have to point that out if we truly have been asleep for 20 hours.
How would you be passing the time since you would not be able to physically rest for that long?
Oh, I haven't been using any free time to work on my cur items.
All right.
Between like pacing round and round Surf's tent to jumping on top of him and like just like
Strangely,
folding her arms and being like, how the fuck do I sort this?
strangely, he is very passive against this and just kind of cracking a sly smile.
All right. As you all start to feel much more lively from the coffee, although it is fairly kind of bitter and acidic, it does go down fairly well.
But yeah, I think this coffee is just gonna make her even more scared.
Give me a
I'm-
Constitution saving throw, Seth or Rosalind. Sorry. Just because you're already kind of hyperactive.
Does Dusty have to make one too? He is small.
Also, Dusty is Dusty. Now plus coffee.
I'll leave that up to you.
Absolutely.
But Rosalind, you do save against that sort of the sort of like genetic disposition for lots of energy. So now you are blessed with gratuitous amounts of energy, but not deadly amounts of energy.
Hmm.
You just turn away and turn back in 1 second, and she's already built like a small like museum.
You're just a few levels away from just spontaneously teleporting everywhere. That's what it feels like.
Like that Futurama episode.
Yeah. Basically just become the Flash. But at this point, Rosalind, you would notice that everyone's voice seems to be just a little bit lower.
Yeah. I was worried there for a moment that I'd fail the check and would have to like start speaking in very, very, very fast tone. I'm not sure I could manage it.
Be real fun. So,
Shame I don't have a voice modulator as well. Make it squeaky.
all right. What are you guys going to be doing?
What was our original mission?
That's a great question.
We went for research, and researchers died.
Mhm.
Well, I think some of them did. The other ones came back. Well, no, we still have that one. What was it? Dwarf lady that still has a parasite in the back of her. Did we fix that?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
that's why she has a grapefruit-sized hole in the back of her spine.
I think I may be remembering wrong. I think we were gonna go back to where we got the quest the first time and report what happened.
Yeah, I thought we were going to try getting the guys that killed all the people that I paid.
Well, as far as tracking those people down, you don't really have too many leads aside from the dwarven woman.
And apparently we have a hit on us.
Mm-hmm.
We have a hit on one of us.
I mean, we can go fight a Minotaur.
Why are we going fighting a Minotaur?
Because it has one of my runes on it.
Oh, that was the one that
Yeah,
you fought a
right.
long time ago.
That strangely is compelling and
No,
interesting.
there
at the
was
same time.
there was another one you told us about that we never got back to.
Yeah, it was in the
It was after
forest
we-
somewhere.
It was after we left that underground cave.
Don't you need to take a bag somewhere?
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have the sealed bag of holding. Oh yeah, here it is. It's anyways, over by the black caps and the black pit, that's where another one of those creatures are. But yes, I have the sealed bag of holding. Oh yeah, because I need to get what was the item? I don't remember here. Because I have the sending stone, and then they gave us instructions to send the sealed bag of holding somewhere. To a church, right?
It was to a shop on the same tower that holds the kind of Kundarak Bank, the one where you exchanged a lot of your stuff.
Psst, hey guys, real quick. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt, but I'm gonna have to restart my computer real quick.
Okay.
Be right back.
Yeah, like speaking about the bank, we definitely needed to go there, for not just the bag, but something else as well was mentioned about the bank.
Yeah, I need to convert currency as well. $802 sovereigns, and I feel like that's heavy.
It's fairly heavy.
Anun's gonna want to go to the bank to scout and to exchange currency, or at least
All right.
denominations.
All right. How would you go about going there?
Well, I'm talking to the group first and see what they
Oh.
want to do. I'm just saying what Anud wants, or at least his idea of what to do right now, because it seems like we need to get out of this sanctuary.
I have no plans right now.
I'm just dusty.
You need a bath.
No. Never.
Someone told me I might need papers.
Parchment? I have parchment.
No, like
Identification papers.
identification paper.
Oh.
Because I'm not from around here, remember?
Hmm.
I remember.
Yeah, we may have to get you. You guys travel. You will probably definitely need it if we're going by train.
We've been on lots of trains.
That's that weird thing that travels on rails, right?
I have
That's it.
much to teach you. It's like a metal horse that goes really fast.
Great metaphor.
No, that just made me remember about how in the Bundy group, Rosalind managed to intimidate a horse seller to give them all horses for free since they saved the village.
Beautiful.
I know we intimidated a seller of flaming horse at one point.
Ooh.
Didn't we do that in the Rooms of Reptiles?
Yeah, the one where you
Yeah.
lost the arm to.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I hope the owner just intimidate as easily as the last horse seller I dealt with.
Alright, and Nin's gonna ask the clergyman where the bank is.
All right. I'm gonna pull up the map. Big map. Well, he says the Bank of Cork. Sorry. I'm fumbling my papers real hard right now.
Classic Dova.
Featherfingers. Make anything
What?
up.
Do your papers only have the word "the" written on them?
Pretty much.
He knows them all by touch.
Sorry, I'm back. Did I miss anything important?
No.
Okay.
Not yet. No.
Okay, good.
I mean, DeSoto died.
No, I didn't. Dova will be replaced if DeSoto died again.
But we need to have 3 for 3.
No!
Dead needs to stay dead. That's not really Anun's philosophy, is it?
That's the exact
how
opposite of
about-
your philosophy.
How about next time DeSoto dies, we let Inun do the resurrecting?
Hey, I don't bring them back all the way. That's messed up.
That'd just be too much
It's
effort.
like that-
That's what I'm here for.
It's like that one skeleton cat in Divinity Original Sin 2.
I'd just bring them
Yes.
back a fraction of their former self.
What Quirkus has a name, you know.
Captain Quark?
No,
Quirkus.
no, that's not the same cat. I'm talking about the one on the ship.
Oh, that one.
That was introduced before Sir Laura was added to the game.
I don't know.
So-
Quirkus is probably better.
He says,
The-
the Kundarak Bank is in the upper central district. It's on Kolkaran Tower. Once you get up there, it's impossible to miss.
All right, thank you for the help.
Of course.
Pack up his tent.
All right. So, as you all start to pack up and finally head out into the streets, you guys are actually not sure where you guys are. Inun, you know that you're probably somewhere on the southwest side of the city, just judging by the shapes that you can see kind of in the evening light. Just kind of the shape of the city that it is.
Okay, I'm assuming that I have to get to a different level because isn't Sharn just freaking tall?
Sharn is, yeah, it's very, very tall.
So I guess I'm gonna.
It's a hierarchical system.
Well, I guess I'll try to find some kind of map of all escalators.
All right. Searching around for real quick, you seem to be on one of the lower districts, and eventually you manage to find out that you are in fact the it's Memphis. I think that's Memphis. You are in the Center Bridge district, fairly low down, kind of in one of these middle one of the middle plateaus. So you're kind of right in the middle of that the southern plateau. So getting up to the tower itself wouldn't really take that long. Maybe an hour or two on foot. Using one of the ferries to go between the plateau to the other plateau cost maybe a sovereign.
This was the bank that I needed to get to, anyways, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, Anun's gonna fiddle fuck his way around Columbia.
All
'Cause
right.
that's all I imagine this is. It's just Columbia.
Pretty much.
It seems like it's in the sky.
It is. There's actually a floating section of the city. Literally just called the Skyway.
Right. So, Anun's gonna see if anyone wants to come with him, but he's gonna head to the bank.
Why are you going to the bank?
Because we all have something that needed to be delivered there. Well, at least I need to deliver something there, and I want to exchange my currency because I have a crap load of sovereigns.
Senna will go with.
All right. So for the two of you, go ahead and subtract 1 sovereign for the ferry leading from one plateau to the next. And about 2 hours of travel later, just by foot mostly, you're able to make it to the very tip top of the House Kundarak Tower. And at the top is a familiar sight for the both of you of the Kundarak Bank, a large, imposing institution with these large white marble pillars, gold filigree, and in evening air, you can just barely see the sunset below the horizon, far, far away. On the way here, you heard quite a bit of gossip about the events, which are still kind of being disseminated. But basically, for a brief amount of time, everything that was dead was briefly revived for a minute or two at most. And while that's not really a large amount of time, it still raises quite a bit of concern. There's reports of a number of citizens being mauled by corpses that were either in gutters, just completely unknown about, especially with the tombs to the northeast, on that upper plateau. Pretty much all of the gravekeepers were injured or killed during the event. And in fact, there's a lot of people are saying that the undead that were kind of raised are still alive, quote unquote. But there's just this general sense of unease that's growing and growing throughout the city. You actually passed quite a few protesters in one of the lower wards. A lot of them just kind of yelling, angry, carrying signs, basically denouncing the war, saying that the end times are coming, or very close at the very least, as even the dead rise in Sharn. But you do eventually make it to the bank.
Yeah, Noon's gonna have his bag of bones like zipped up tight. He's not having any undead walking around with him. However, he is gonna use prestidigitation or minor illusion behind a group of them, so it goes like just more zombies they think they hear.
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Try to be a little sly about it. Just doing it to people facing the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
Did Sinel notice Inun doing this?
Are you're trying to hide it? I'm guessing, Inun.
Yeah. So I was trying to do a little sneakily, so I'll roll stealth.
All right.
I would be sleight of hand probably, or stealth. One of the.
Why?
Hiding your kind of manual motions, but
Sleight of hand. Okay.
either one is. It depends. I'd say it would just be overall stealth. But Sinel, you would see out of the corner of your eye, Inun do some sort of somatic motions behind his back.
Sinel will.
But a few moments later, you hear somebody in the crowd yell out, "He's undead! I can see it in his eyes!" as he raises the sign up and smashes a passerby in the head.
Sinel will
That was the
smack.
plan, but that is hilarious.
Sinel will smack Noon upside the head. Don't start panic in the city.
I have no idea what I did. What are you hitting me for?
By the
He's
way,
not
as
undead.
as
He's
you
on his way
you're
through
saying
kind of-
this, as you kind of slap him upside the head, but you look back and it is a riot.
He's not undead. He's just on his way to his 9 to 5.
You're not even sure like who's on what side or what's going on anymore, but people are punching each other. There's a bewildered group of guardsmen who are just kind of overlooking it, who are currently cracking down.
Let me see. Yeah, I'm absolutely gonna use this right now. Let me see. I don't know. I'll either use Minor Illusion or Silent Image, my ability, so I can use the spell slot, and make a holy light, just like holy looking like a golden light, just kind of circle in around the group and see if it distracts them for a second. Like, I just want a golden light just encircling that group, and they're like, what the fuck?
The one time I'm not with you.
I mean, the solution to every problem is fireball, right?
I'm back on my spell slots. I got some chambers.
That tracks.
I'm just imagining Yark making a double-barreled a side-by-side shotgun for Zerif, and he just loads fireballs into the chamber.
Okay, so
I could probably do that too.
To find like a blunderbuss that's used as a spell focus that I can like channel a freaking fireball or something. And
you hear from the crowd cries of magic, of somebody's casting a spell on us or something like that. It's hard to tell as it intensifies. In fact, they're now going after the guards.
Oh my god.
Can I just make the light more and more blinding? Because I know it's
You
technically
would
not
need
spell light,
something. You need a spell that's a little bit more beefy than just
Your steadfast loyalty is greatly
than just minor
appreciated.
illusion.
but- Okay.
it's a full blown actual riot.
Oh man.
But it looks like you guys are close enough. If you don't start like backing away, you're gonna get caught up in either the crackdown or the mob itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna be taking steps back. Yeah. He's just gonna turn around so no one can see him trying not to laugh, and he's gonna walk away.
All right. There's a
That certainly went south.
I have so many spells. Like, if I just wanted to be a dick to a whole crowd, it'd be fantastic.
Yark, was that you?
Does this sound too chipmunky?
It's terrible. Don't.
I can lower the pitch.
No, just no.
It's great.
It's terrible.
Is it great?
Love it.
Look, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm still mixing the voice, okay?
It's not going to be perfect right away.
That's even worse.
Sounds perfect to me.
God damn it, I was taking a hit of my vape when you did that.
I don't even know what you're saying anymore.
Demonic is what he's saying.
All right, so as you escape from the protest, quote unquote, we'll go back to the rest of the group. As aside from that, you would make it to the tower without event.
Seriously though, if I can get a nice kobold sounding voice, I'm totally just gonna do this all the time.
There's too much echo on it right now.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, you sound like Surf with Echo.
Is that any better?
It sounds like you've got, like there's multiple, like you know, the typical multiple voices talking and speaking the same thing at the same time.
It's like it's also passing through like the normal speech at the same time as playing the pitched version.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Which I don't know how to. That would
Is
even
this
get
any
fixed.
better?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that is better.
Okay, cool. Well, I figure out what the slider labeled mix means.
See if I do it like this, or like this, or like this.
That's like the
We
perfect
are
warlock
squirrels.
voice.
We are legion. Do not resist. Give us your acorns.
No, that's more like an alien voice.
Are we gonna play the game?
Sure.
I just want to make sure that that's the main focus.
No, it's
Yeah, that'd be great.
game over now.
Game over, man. Game over.
Anyway,
Yeah, we're switching back to people who aren't going to the bank.
Am I going to the bank?
I don't know. Would you be going to the bank?
I mean, it was a whole thing that Anun was looking
Yeah,
for.
it was.
people,
It's a noon and Sinnoh right now, so we'll just
and
assume
was the
that.
only one that responded. So
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
So what are you guys doing?
we're where on like the bottom-ish layer.
Yep. You're in Center Bridge.
Center Bridge. Okay. What time of the day is
We
it?
got-
Is it like morning?
It's actually about 7 p.m.
We gotta find a way to reverse what's happened to you.
Hmm.
Or we could have fun. I hear there's a theater district this way.
I find when life gives you lemons, you try to crush them.
Hey Dova,
Yeah.
Yark is going to go to the Torchfire district, but accidentally end up in the Firelight district,
All right.
unaware that he has chosen the wrong district.
Man, these are some really weird theaters.
Exactly. And he's bringing everyone else.
I mean, all the patrons around here, like half of them are barely wearing any clothing, and you're not sure exactly why this is acceptable.
Hey, I'm a lizard. I'm
I
just
mean,
like, oh,
You'd be aware that
finally,
wearing clothes is important in
To-
a city.
to these mammals.
Yeah, especially mammals.
Well, hey, maybe they're just, embracing the right choice.
Mm-hmm. We'll say a lot of these people are very friendly to you, and really, really want you to watch their show, like their play.
I turn to everyone else and say, well, what are we watching? Where are we going?
I am
Seems like there's a
I
lot
am
of shows.
grabbing his head with my mighty gator paw.
Dusty seems.
Oh, whoops.
I dropped my accent. There we go.
And I am grabbing Dusty's head with my other mighty gator paw.
What?
Dad.
Wow, I haven't seen people this bare when I'm not dissecting them.
These things are not meant for ones of your age.
Well, what
I'm
thing?
6. Technically an adult.
What are you talking about?
Yes, you may be adult in some aspects, but know it. We're going. We're leaving. I'm turning this bus right around.
Oh, wait, no. Yark is 13.
Zerth, you get catcalled by a very large elephant, like an elephant woman.
You mean a
and it's
Loxodon?
yeah, Luxodon. I couldn't remember the name of it, but she's very big, about your same size actually. Kind of waggles her ears and does the catcall with the snout.
With the
Like
eyebrow
whistles.
wiggle.
Yep.
You suddenly
The
feel
lamppost she's leaning against bending backwards.
you suddenly feel a very intense gaze on your back, sir.
I
Father,
Like a married man.
I
Look
felt
straight
pain.
ahead, no eye contact, and just kind of hurries up,
All right, you
dragging the two little ones with me.
you narrowly escape the red light district.
I feel
If-
like I
if-
just saved your lives.
What do
If
you
anybody
mean?
did look at Rosalind at that moment, like, if anger could have an aura, she was seething in black energy right there.
Oh god.
I would have casted a gun at her to make sure she was keeping up, and then like a cold reptilian sweat just drops down. And then as soon as we get out of the district, Zerth would take him to the theater district and look to Rosalind and just goes, "You and me should have a talk at some point."
Oh, we didn't get to see. Wait. Oh, we didn't get to see any of their shows.
You do
What
want,
about
you
the
do not want to see
show?
what different shows. They're not good. Don't watch.
Huh?
Don't worry.
I feel like now you're just judging the book by its cover.
How about I buy you some candy? Would that avoid these unnecessary questions?
Candy?
I accept this bribe.
I will look for a sweet stall.
All right.
Zerth is not good with these interpersonal parenting questions.
as you proceed to find a shop that sells extraordinarily large cinnamon buns.
I will buy them both.
Oh my
Right.
god.
2 crowns for each.
That is fine. I would buy Rosalind one if she wanted one too.
All right.
She's not gonna say no, but she's not gonna say that she wanted one either.
Okay, so that's 3.
Alright, so Dova.
Yeah.
Yark is 2.5 feet tall and weighs 27 pounds. How big is this cinnamon bun compared?
Each cinnamon bun's about 2 pounds, but they're not very dense, so they're almost as big as your head.
I asked for one with extra icing.
All right, it is basically coated.
Perfect.
Extremely messy, extremely sticky.
Perfect. Sticky.
Dusty's face is lost in the pastry.
Kobold's entire kobold is lost in the paste.
As you finish up the cinnamon bun, you realize you don't know how it happened, but you got some on the bottom of your feet, and you're just tracking along like little like flyers and bits of trash and rubbish. You're like flicking your foot, and it's not coming off.
Okay. I kick my foot a little bit, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And I press a button on the collar, which activates.
All right. Most of it comes off with one go. It just kind of flicks onto the ground next to you. Some of it going onto Zerth as he inevitably catches some of it just from being so imposing.
This beats those questions.
As I imagine as Cobalt, no, Yark. As Yark and Dusty are digging in, like they're just making a huge mess, and icing is splattering all over him. It's like, this is better. This I prefer.
This is the lesser of two evils. I will take this.
I didn't have to have the talk. I didn't. Thank God.
Over, check Discord.
All right. All right.
So seriously, if my fancy voice changer gets in the way, you can just tell me. In my free time, I'll try to make it good Cobalt sounding.
As you are and kind of heading back, or making your way for sure out of the Firelight District and into the Torchfire District, you do see a sign pointing back the way you came. That just it's actually quite a large sign, almost like a billboard, with a holographic dragon on it, pointing towards the Red Light District that just says "Dragon Show."
Yark definitely notices this, and he rubbernecks the sign as he's carried by. And
You almost like fall over backwards as you continue to look at it.
Mentally marks it down on his in his mind.
All right.
I double time. Loud pounding of mighty gator paws. Crunch, crunch, avoidance. Crunch, crunch.
But Dad, dragons are so cool.
It's not that kind of dragon show.
What other kind of dragons are there?
Don't worry about it.
There's a show about dragons over there.
Rosalind's just like, what's a dragon?
I can't.
By the way,
Rosalind,
you are blown away at just all of this going on around you. There's like holographic signs and billboards. There's stuff like big airships like kind of lazily floating through the city streets or way above your head. There's just so many people around. There's people of all sorts of different races. There's another alligator, kind of like Zerth, but you only see him for a split second as he turns a corner. He's a lot smaller. You see a lot of humans, some dwarves. You spot a handful of elves and half elves. You spot a guy. You spot like I think it was a guy with gigantic like curly horns and red skin. It's just so much like variety and just crazy stuff all around you.
Guys, I completely forgot that she was from a different dimension.
Mm.
Yep.
You actually are kind of bewildered as a large, well, looks like a golem or a construct carrying a box about its same size, kind of lumbers past you, its feet heavily stomping and clanking on the cobblestone streets.
Well, I saw one of those before, along with some Warforged.
Blue is one. Never mind.
Yeah. I saw Warforged on my first visit.
But it was very descriptive, and I enjoyed it though.
There you go.
Like, she's okay with Warforged because she can explain those by magic. It's more the variety of races, because where she was, she didn't see that many. And if I remember correctly, the races of the Bundy world were mostly all like furry inclined rather than D&D inclined. Except for dragons. Dragons were extinct.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I know that.
So she's just like, what's a dragon?
It's a large flying lizard that breathes different types of elements. Some are nice, others not so nice.
She just sort of appears upside down in Sir's vision. You're not going to start flying and breathing fireballs, are you?
Well, I can already do
No,
one part of that. So he gives a slight smile. We don't know. Time will tell.
Can I get a perception check from Rosalind, Zerth, and Dusty?
Yes. I got the squirrel in my view.
Is this hearing based or seeing?
Just go ahead and roll. I don't think you'll need it.
Nope.
As you're walking along, you hear a small commotion behind you, as somebody trips over Yark's tail, sending a small basket full of empty and some full milk bottles just flying and crashing all over the street. As you see Yark trying to sneak away back towards the red light district.
Yark! Take me too!
You rolled a 4.
Gosh dang it.
Yark.
Actually, you rolled in that one, so
I hope that was a a gasp of, oh my god, I can't believe he rolled.
I'm sorry for getting your hopes up.
I stop mid-step, look around, and go, Yark, come back here.
Oh,
Yark.
there's my invisible book. As I pantomime picking up an invisible book.
Son. Here. Now.
I walk over reading my invisible book.
Give me a performance check.
No, as I turn around and take out my actual invisible
Oh,
book.
right. No, you. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, he's doing a real good job pantomiming at you guys. Like he even gets like the sound of like paper changing. Like that's pretty impressive.
It's a
Are we
good
just
thing
gonna
that-
ignore the fact that he like caused someone to trip and fall and lose all of their milk?
Well,
That-
only-
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thankfully, the person who tripped actually blames somebody else and gets very close to inducing a fist fight. Just a few feet away from you.
You see, Nova, I may have rolled a 4, but they apparently rolled a 3.
Yeah, they rolled real bad.
Well, I guess there's no use crying over spilled milk.
Ugh.
I'm
It's a
gonna pick
It's a good thing lizards don't sweat.
I'm gonna pick Yark.
Oh, they sweat, alright.
Man,
Take 1 point of psychic damage, Rosalind, for that pun.
Man, it's a good thing I found this book. I was afraid if I dropped it again, I wouldn't find it ever.
You're really hamming it up, aren't you?
I close it loudly and say, "Yep, still can't read."
As impressive as that is, I forbid you two. He's glaring, father glaring, at both Yark and Dusty to be going to that district.
What did I do? What did I do?
Tell me I'm not wrong.
I thought about it, but I took your bribe, so no.
Hmm.
God dang it, Dusty. Oh, sorry, I meant Yark. Of course
Well, can you say you're wrong though?
Just I'm trying to give a
Dova
pleading
new
glaze to
influence.
Rosalind, and I just realized Rosalind is like just now like, oh, she's not from around here. She can't help me with this. Oh shit.
It's the dragon show. I wasn't gonna, but it's so cool.
You don't know if it's gonna be
Yark's
cool.
just gonna whisper to the side dragons. Oh, really cool.
Sorry?
Yark's gonna whisper to the side to Dusty and say, "Dragons are really cool."
Maybe?
No, they're really, really. They're like your dad's cool. How cool your dad is, but like cooler. Don't tell him I said that.
Could be
Would my
dragon.
passive perception pick that up?
What's your passive perception?
Not great.
Is it below 10?
No, it's 13.
13? You would definitely pick up that they're whispering something to each other, but not much more than that.
Careful, Zerth. Your sons are conspiring against you.
I know where this is leading.
My passive perception's the same.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go. As we enter, what is a theater like? Actual theater
The actual theater district, it contains quite a few kind of theater houses. It contains some what appear to be karaoke. There's a dinner theater, a handful of kind of small bars that you can hear music emanating out from. Just sort of a lot of, I guess, entertainment options. And you actually hear the very faint sound of a magically augmented announcer, just yelling out something. You can't really tell exactly what it is, but you can hear the crowd kind of chanting along with his call outs. But you're not exactly sure what about.
If you two want to have fun around here, go ahead. I have to talk to Rosalind.
No, don't let us abandon both our parents.
Dova, do any advertisements or shows catch my?
Great fun!
You actually see another billboard for the giant dragon show.
Pointing in the same direction?
Yep. It appears that is very popular.
Dova?
That was influence. I'm sorry.
It's not Dova's fault. It's Jaffer who's really insistent on getting this room.
Jaffer, we're gonna need a little bit more, explanation on this.
I'm figuring it out as I go.
There's a new
Don't you worry, I got you
influence.
covered.
Are you winging it?
There is a new influence.
Oh, it's another one?
Yeah, a major one. I'll
Interesting.
message you on Telegram here, Jaffer. So we could probably skip back to Sinel and Inun for the time being. So the instructions that you got for where to deliver this, Inun, you received just the name, and the name, of course, of the broken bowstring, archery and fletching supplies. You've never heard of it. You don't know where it is.
I'm gonna still finish up my business at the bank first because
All right.
I want to make sure I can still do that.
All right. They charge a one-time fee of 10 sovereigns for any amount over a certain threshold, and yours definitely is over that threshold. But other than that one-time fee, you can exchange however much money that you want. By the way, there's actually a very relevant picture inside inside the source book.
I want to see it.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Is that
Is that for the dragon show, though?
Yep.
Ooh.
Where did you
No wonder
post
he's
this?
Echoes of Eberron, the Discord.
Okay.
Sorry. So I'm gonna deny that one, just because of how dragons actually are in this setting.
There's
For a lot of you guys know kind of
Nova.
a lot of. Sorry. That'd be okay.
All right. Do you want it up to a game breaking or is major okay? I'm kind of on the fence on that, so I figured I'd leave it up to you. I mean, they're not that powerful or anything, so...
I'd allow it for a major.
All right.
So,
Looks like a dude's wearing a balaclava. Doesn't it?
why do you do this to me?
Looks like he's what?
The dude's about to rob the bank.
Like I have a ski mask on.
We paid A2.
I have a question. Why is it that whenever somebody wears a balaclava, they look like they have the most luscious lips imaginable?
It
Just,
comes
I'm
with
just
it.
putting it out there.
I need photographic evidence.
Okay.
Google it. That's
Tachanka.
I got a few graphics here to catch up on. So first off, for the
I'm sorry, not Tachanka.
for the dragon show. Why are these coming in so tiny?
Let the children.
It looks
see
so
too.
big on Discord, but there's the relevant picture for the dragon show.
Hey, I'm an adult.
Not yet, you're not.
13 is plenty adult for a kobold.
Do you really want to challenge me on this?
All right, I changed my mind about saying Tachanka. It's actually Matan from Rainbow Six. Like, look at those freaking lips.
Okay.
I'm gonna post it. This is way off topic, and I apologize. I just need to make my point known.
Oh my god, it's art.
You're completely right. Good point. I don't know why it does that.
Oh, there's two
There's
art.
one other picture that really just gets it. I think it might have been from like Tarkov or something. Either way, we should get back on topic. Okay, so
It actually looks like a root.
Power Stone, it's fine. It's just funny to me.
It's
It's
great.
Yugoslavian and noon.
I get to start squatting and drinking potato vodka.
Oh, I have lots of vodka already.
No
Siddle's
wow.
mostly just
Oh no, I like
watching.
no war. Here we go.
Siddle's
Oh,
mostly
oh.
just watching around the bank and stuff. Probably
All right.
looking rather suspicious.
Blue's hanging out with you two.
Oh,
So
okay.
Siddle is the lookout. Siddle is the lookout. Blue is the muscle, and a dude is already casing the joint.
Mastermind. That's a different character. Alright, well, Aneen's got his other denominations done, so he's gonna head to the Fletcher shop.
All right. Give me an investigation check.
Oh.
Or any sort of check to actually find the dang place. But that would do it. You can't really find it as you start heading down the various lifts and stairways. But you actually spot a little, almost like a apartment listing of who lives in each place. And you manage
Directory.
to spot, like the kind of a directory. And you manage to spot the actual name of the business, and that leads you down kind of in this alleyway. It's still kind of in the upper levels, but it's kind of dark. And it's just kind of out of the way, but you manage to find it, and it's this kind of cozy little nook. You open the door and you find the shop is fairly compact. There's just quite a few bows, arrows. You see a heavy crossbow or two, some hand crossbows, and kind of mounted on the ceiling is a bow that you think might have been used by a giant. It's at least 20 feet long. Like, it looks like it was just made out of a tree.
Sinnoh is very interested
what
in this
is?
place.
The bow that's kind of hanging on the ceiling.
The crossbow?
No, just like a long bow.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I thought you were talking about a giant's crossbow. I'm like, pretty sure that's like a trebuchet?
Ballista.
Ballista, yeah.
There you go.
I was about to
Trebuchet,
say
the best siege equipment.
the best thing back in freaking like second edition D&D was the fact that you could find a ballista or a siege crossbow inside a common room just by searching.
Hey, Dova, quick
Yeah.
question.
Sure.
Would the dragon show be in the Firelight District or the Dragon Eyes District, which is also a red light?
Probably be in the Dragon Eyes district, actually.
Which is, just a hop, skip, and a very big jump over from Firelight. It's like
Mhm.
rather.
Just jump down. There's no fall damage.
Yeah. We're playing Apex now. So the shopkeeper is a kind of emerges from the back room, and you can see as they brush a little bit of sawdust out of their kind of short black fur, as you see a kind of wiry looking panther, kind of humanoid panther, kind of stroll out. And you can see that there's a very large scar kind of running down the front of their face and down their neck. But he kind of looks at you, says, he especially looks at Sinnoh, who's carrying the bow over his back, I assume.
Oh yes, Sinnoh is very interested in this shop.
He just says,
We do
"Good
have an
evening to you."
influence. Game breaking.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Also, hello, that one.
That one I'm gonna deny.
That one.
hmm
The joke is that it was submitted by someone by the name of That One.
Oh.
Yes, and Zim just said, "Hey, That One," and so did I. And I thought that was
I
that one. I'm gonna
I didn't
deny.
even notice.
I was worried I'd have to make slightly distressed, angry squirrel noises.
But the shopkeeper, the Fletcher, kind of leans on the counter and says, "Good evening. I'm sorry, I'm closing up shop here in a little while, so unless the business you have is quick, then I'm afraid I will have to turn you away."
Did I have the name of a contact?
No.
Not even the person I talked to on the
You
phones?
did kind of surmise, Cody did at least, that the name of the person on the other end is a kind of an enigmatic, almost timeless artificer slash mage named, well, the name kind of translated to Stone of Power.
I was talking with Merlin, and I need to figure out what's happening here. I'm gonna pull out the sending stone and kind of put it on the counter and see if he understands what I'm getting at.
Sinnoh's browsing the various wares.
He looks at the stone, kind of confused for a moment, before turning it over. He sees something on the other side and puts it back down. Very calmly walks over to the door and firmly latches it locked. I see you come with business.
Indeed?
Do you have it with you?
Yes, I do. Pull out the sealed bag of holding.
All right. Yeah, he grabs it, briefly examines it, and licks his thumb and kind of runs it over the seal. It kind of glows for just a brief moment. He kind of nods, puts it aside, or actually kind of slings it over his back. Reaches into he unlocks a strong box just beneath the counter. Pulls out a bundle of coins, wrapped in paper and then twine. And just tosses it over to you. It was good doing business with you. And take the stone back.
All right, he's gonna pick up the stone. How much roughly can I see that I got in the bundle?
It's sealed right now, so if you wanna unseal it and count it out, you can.
I can't tell by like the shape and the weight. Like,
It looks to be at least 1 or 2 platinum dragons, and then a sizable kind of clump of Galifars.
I'm gonna look back at Sinal. Anything you like?
Well, did Sinel see anything? Any magic bows or arrows?
You do actually see a bundle of arrows, which mechanically are going to be +2. They're behind a locked case, and for 20 of them, it would be about 500 gold Galifars.
I would like these. What about
Looks
bows?
over, he nods. Bows, you wouldn't really find anything that's more mechanically powerful than the one you have at the moment.
Okay.
What was yours? Yours was the +1 right now.
Yeah, +1
Yeah,
folding.
You would not find anything more powerful than that.
All right. Anu's gonna offer to help him, like buy the quiver of arrows, but not pay for the full thing because that's a lot more than he thought.
All right. You count the bundle?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 2 platinum dragons. And about 500 Galifars.
How much were this? It was 500.
Yeah, that's
You
what
got
that's what
about
the price tag says.
700 Galifars, and this is 500 Galifars, so...
Because Anu was already looking at something to buy. Trying to save up. He's gonna offer to help out. Like, he'll pay for half. That's something if Sinal wants the arrows.
Oh, yes. They would be very helpful.
All right, you got 250?
Barely. But yes.
Go for this then?
Yeah, how it's a bundle of 20, you said, Dova?
Yep.
Then yeah, absolutely. It would be a huge help.
I'm gonna tell the guy before he head out that I want to take those.
He nods, making his way over to the display case, and again licks his finger, presses it against a small silver pad, kind of just in front of the lock, and it clicks open. Pulls out the bundle, and you can see the arrows themselves are wrapped with almost like a silvery twine, keeping them all in one little bundle. And he says, "That is what the price tag says, so 500, please."
All right, Anu will give him 250.
And Siddle will dig out 250 of his own.
All right. Counts all the gold, all the coins real quick. Stuffs them all in the strong box beneath the counter, and hands the arrows over to you. It was a pleasure doing business. Is there going to
You
be anything
too.
else?
What-
Otherwise, I do need to close up.
Yeah, one last thing. I don't suppose you'd know where I'd find an Eon Stone here.
An
Ion.
Aeon Stone. An Ioun Stone?
Yes.
I can't say I would really know. I only deal with
Hey, Dova.
fletching supplies and bows and such.
I added an arrow +2 to my inventory, but I need you to go identify it for me, please.
Gotcha.
It's listed as superior arrow.
Trying to find him. Oh, I saw it. There it is. Okay.
Thank you much.
No problem.
I don't. Completely irrelevant. And
Okay.
will not come into play anytime soon. But what is the name of the ships that the folding boat can turn into?
That'd be a man of war.
We've got a galley, keelboat, longship, rowboat.
I
sailing
believe
ship,
it was a long. It was. Does it say in the flavor text? Because it should give either a description or stats to the dang thing.
No, it just gives me the dimensions of the boat.
I think that's kind of all that'll do then.
But I'm wondering how much they weigh. Because it says its weight becomes that of a normal vessel its size. But I'm here looking at the waterborne vehicles table, and none of them tell me any. And also, I don't know which of the two that turns into.
It'd probably be more in kind of the weight. Oh, it's got a deck cabin. Probably a long ship.
And is it the big one or the small boat?
None shall see
Oh,
me.
Christ almighty.
Although my battle cry may give me away.
Because the big one has 5 sets of oars, but the small one only has one pair of oars. But it has a mast as well with a sail.
We'll
an
just
anchor.
cross that bridge when we come to it.
So we might be coming to it soon.
You worry me.
I need weight.
I will come to that bridge when we get to it. Okay.
Okay. Let's continue that.
Okay. But that of a normal
will
vessel
come
its
bridge
size
when we
means
get
that
to
it's like
as-
yeah.
Here,
You
let me
both talked
put
at the
this
same
fly.
time. What'd you
Dova, we've got a new influence.
Yep, I saw that. Accepted.
Cool.
I think it would be a keelboat because the keelboat has a little cabin for the second one at least. The first one is 10 feet long. That's a rowboat. No, keelboat.
What?
Fuck, I'll look it up on the dang internet.
Oh, keelboat's like a schooner.
Noon.
Ah,
What boat is 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, 2 feet deep, has oars, anchor, and mast, and a
Sail.
keelboat sounds about right.
Mm-hmm.
It's a schooner.
And the long ship for the second form, the bigger form.
cool. It's a keelboat and a long ship. Good to know. How much do these weigh?
Maybe schooner's too big. It is a keelboat though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, schooner has 2 or more masts. Okay.
It's about half the size as a longship, and the longship has a cargo capacity of 10 tons. If you're planning on, because I don't think it's going to give a for sure weight. If you're planning on dropping it on someone, I will deal with that in the most logical way.
That's not what I'm planning with.
I'll figure it out when we get there.
I don't know if that worries you more.
Yeah, I do not know. Not yet.
All right. Well, sorry to derail. Please continue.
No problem. So, as the shopkeeper kind of unlocks the door again, he says, "I do have to close up shop." So it was a pleasure meeting you. And a word for advice: this tower, after some nights can get quite rowdy. I wouldn't advise that you stay here for very long.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
He gives a brief nod, closes the door behind you, and locks it.
I'm gonna look. Noon's gonna look at Sinnel. So was he the creepy guy, or were we the creepy guys?
I think he was. Maybe.
Yeah, let's just say it was him, not me.
No, you're just the miscreant that started a riot.
I didn't start a riot. Nor did I stop one.
You definitely started that riot.
Oh, that riot was already happening.
Not until after you decided to mess with them.
Semantics.
Well, shall we go find somewhere to eat?
Yeah, and I want to find a magic shop as well, so maybe we can just find a shopping district.
Yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can find out here.
All right.
Which level are we at?
You are currently in the upper levels still. And I closed the map because I'm a genius. But you're in Upper Sharn. You are currently in the Karan Thievin. So basically in that middle plateau, just on the right side. And as you start to head out, there is actually, could you both give me perception checks?
Wait, where? I can't find it on the map. I think I'm an idiot.
What map are you on?
I'm on. Oh, it's Lower Sharn. Okay.
Yeah. No, you're on the Karan Thievin district, or Thievin.
Okay, finance district. I guess looking for a rare magic item, I'd probably have to go to fine shops, right? Platinum Heights.
Well, that's more mundane items or kind of low magical items.
I'm sure the gnomes have built something interesting.
Oh, you could certainly go there. But as you start to head off, could I get a perception check from both of you?
I have no proficiencies with this character.
Inun, you're the only one to really notice this since you have kind of an attunement to this, but you see kind of in the sky all around, there's these kind of tiny little, almost spider webs that seem to kind of whirl around and twirl and converge just over the tower, forming this almost like what looks like a web with all the all the lines intersecting just above the tower you guys just left. And there's a brief sound of thunder in the distance as Inun, you see the entire tower disappear from the levels far above you down to the ground itself. It is gone.
Did
And
it
there
just
is
like disappear with cloaking, or did it get ripped up like it went through a portal?
well, you can see through it. And you also watch an unfortunate man who was just about to step onto the tower fall off of the bridge as
Oh,
the
that is
ground in front of
quite
him
unfortunate.
disappears and he plummets. Thankfully, he
think I
does
made-
have a featherfall token that activates as he slowly starts to float down.
A front flip.
Yeah, you hear a lot of commotion start to rise up as the tower is gone.
Oh, that's seems problematic.
I'm gonna head to the bathroom real quick so we can take a quick, maybe 5-minute break.
Righty then.
All right, everyone. We will be right back in just a few moments. Thank you so much for hanging out and supporting the channel here. Just be patient with us and we'll be right back.
Alright, so I found a D&D thing.
You're
that
breaking out
describes-
really bad.
Oh,
Or
sorry.
you were.
That describes boats in more. And the keel boat description is like 60 feet by 20 feet, but that can't be right. Because the boat, it says in the folding boat becomes 4 feet by 10 feet wide. Or 10 feet by 4 feet wide.
May I ask why you're being, why you're so particular about this random boat?
You may not.
Well, I'm going to anyways.
You may not be pleased with the because there will not be one.
Okay. Well, we can't really offer answers on this. That's all on Dova.
Maybe it's more like a sailboat.
Champion returns. Welcome home.
Years? Bad?
What?
Just resubscribed for 2 years.
Ah, sweet.
Yeah, it's your 2-year anniversary. Congrats.
What prize do I get?
Nada.
A half-eaten ham sandwich.
I have a half-eaten turkey and roast beef sandwich right here.
I'm back.
Dova, did you say you're back?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was, like I said, that was just a few moments. So, welcome back, everyone. Let's go ahead and continue.
Thanks, Nova.
So, did
Hey, no problem.
Sinel notice the building disappear?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna look over at Noon. What just happened?
I don't know. That's why I was asking if it looked like it got cloaked or ripped away, because I'm trying to figure out if you just opened the bag of holding and it just took the whole building.
You did notice all the kind of runes, or not really runes, but the kind of spider webbing threads up in the sky.
Wait, Noon did
an
or
Arcana check? Inun did.
Oh, okay.
Not Sinnoh. Not the arcane threads. Go
Well, I
ahead and
figured
give
it
me an
out.
Arcana check.
24.
Thinking back on it and kind of reorienting your perspective, you realize that was some of a very, very large teleportation rune you saw in the sky.
Oh, okay.
So I figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, Dova, can I counterspell?
You need to be within 60 feet.
Can I just walk out the door?
I'd probably
You
need a.
guys were on a different
non-level
tower by
spell
then.
slot.
Oh, okay.
So the smallest ship that it turns into is just a rowboat with a sail, because a rowboat is 10 feet by 5 feet, and the folding boat turns into a boat that's 10 by 4.
Okay, so it's a dinghy.
I said dinghy.
Which weighing about 100 pounds.
All
And
right.
it says so because a rowboat can easily transport. Perfect. Continue on.
I like this more. It's a sloop.
You did a sloop. Sounds like a really I imagine a very long jaw. Sloop.
Also,
let
don't
me
forget,
see.
you guys do have Cody with you. You could ask her what she thinks happened.
That's true. She
well-
should probably kind of speak up at this point. Just kind of say,
Why does this link suck? Just a Google link.
tiny baby kobold. Also, what is that?
Loop. That's enough of that.
Yark, can you not?
That's plenty enough.
I apologize.
Rob. So Cody will kind of pipe up at about this point and just say, "Wow, this is probably not good." Well, I hope whatever info that he sent you is worth it.
It was none.
None.
Yeah.
I think you just got played.
I mean, he gave me a lot of money.
Enough money to rival whatever was in the Kundarak Bank. That's most of
Correct.
Sharn's wealth held in there, by the way. I just want you
Oh.
to be aware.
Oh, this might be a problem.
Hang on. Did we just help rob a bank? Like, not
Yeah, how we knew that
rob
was
a
gonna
bank,
happen.
but steal the entire bank.
Quite literally rob a bank.
I had no idea this was going to happen.
I had a feeling that's why I converted my currency before giving the guy the sealed bag of holding. Come on, use your brain.
Decentralized. Guess he didn't invent Bitcoin.
I knew
I thought you
exactly
were
what
just
the fuck was
going
gonna
to
happen.
run errands.
Galaxy Brain and Noon over here.
Mega Mind.
It's at about this
Hold the
time,
line.
Inu.
This hamlet shall not fall.
It's already gone. I don't know what to tell you. It already fell.
Wait, what did?
Nothing. Here we go.
Hey, otters.
Hold your lines, men.
For once, I
Waiting
can't
parties
be
in,
blamed
fight them
for
off.
So, you hear in your voice, very definitely the same voice you heard before from that sending stone. You hear, "Your service is appreciated. Your kind is real, and you can find more of them. A sanctuary in the foothills of the Black Cat Mountains will be what you seek."
Talking about it earlier.
And that's just only Noon's hearing that, right?
Only Inun hears that.
Okay.
You can respond. He doesn't say that, but you know that you would be able to respond.
We're at in the Black Caps. Are they underground?
There's a few moments go by where you don't hear an answer, but you eventually hear, "Your own blood will lead the way." You don't hear anything
Alright.
else.
Noon's gonna pull out one of the Galifars, one of the platinum dragons he got from the guy, and he's gonna look at him and go, "I kind of want to scry on that guy. This was his belonging."
I have the feeling that would be a bad idea, considering he just literally stole an entire building.
Well, not on his own. I think the guy was a pawn.
Probably, but you know.
Eh, not my city.
Well, no, I don't care about the city. I'm caring about. I'm caring about the. I'm caring about the possible defenses he would have against being scryed.
Well, that's why we pay someone to do it.
Oh, well then go for it.
Wait a minute, is this building in the ethereal realm? Me and Zim know the solution to this answer. Just have to drop acid.
You have no idea.
No one here has seen the magicians.
No. I'm not, no.
No.
It's
Sorry.
a good show.
You have to drop acid to change realms.
No, you have to drop acid specifically to go to the ethereal room.
Yeah,
realm.
see the ethereal realm.
And that's what you see when you drop it, is because, you're seeing the actual ethereal realm, not just things in your mind. Anyways,
I don't think there's anything we can really do here now, right?
Maybe skedaddle before the guards get there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna head to the gnome district, like I said.
All right.
You've been gnome.
Stop it right now. As you start heading to the what was it? The Denias neighborhood, correct? In?
Yes, can you not hear me?
Not for a moment. I can hear you now, though.
Yeah,
All right.
so
Gotcha. So, let's get back over to the other guys.
not back to me.
Not
Not to them.
So,
Not
as
back
you
to the tower.
guys,
It's gone.
as, Yark and Dusty, you go, the Denias, neighborhood, correct?
Yeah, so the
All right.
yeah, you have to drop acid to change realms.
As Yark and Dusty, you go And you notice that that Rosalind and Zerth are hanging out near the bridge to the red light district, very clearly trying to watch for you to try and go across the bridge and stop you.
I dare you.
Considering Zerf probably takes up like half the bridge.
Yeah.
You're quite large.
Very
Let me see. There was the map. Lower Sharn. Just want to open up this again just to make sure. So you're tempted by these gigantic, flashy signs pointing towards the red dragon, the dragon show. You see just out of the corner of your eye, a very somewhat wealthy-looking elven man kind of huff as he stands up from one of the park benches, and you see something fall out of his little knapsack as he kind of hurries away, angrily speaking into a ascending stone. You notice that it's a small wrapped bundle of papers. It doesn't seem that anyone else has noticed.
He dropped it near us, near me.
Mhm. Yep.
And Dusty and I are together, right?
I assume so.
Alright, I'm gonna pick it up and read.
All right. Unwrapping it, it is a bundle of at least 10 tickets to the Red Dragon show.
Oh my god.
I look at Dusty. This is the side.
This being held at the Red Dragon Inn.
No. It appears to be a different place.
Are we? Can Zerth see us from here?
Zerth, actually, your guys' passive perception would. You would see them kind of near a bench. Looks like they found something, but you're not sure what from this distance.
Like near the bridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna Zerth would probably just assume it's like something shiny on the ground, because that would seem realistic for his two boys.
The obvious thing that we pick up and.
Especially knowing Dusty.
Alright, I'm gonna put it in my pocket. And I'm going to point in a direction perpendicular to them.
All right.
And then, like, go that way.
All right.
Essentially, what I'm going to do is essentially what I'm going to be doing is getting to a point where I'm trying to get to the edge, but not in a spot where they can obviously see us.
All right. It's fairly easy to leave their line of sight, as you very very calmly and casually start moving down one of the streets.
All right, can they see us from here if we're at the edge with the Dragon Ice District on the...
They would not be able to see you. You're just around a corner.
All right, are you ready for this, Dova?
I'm almost.
This is what I've been preparing for. Dova, I'm going to take out my holding boat and cast Levitate on. And I'm going to say the command word, bigger. And
all right.
It turns into a 100-pound.
Could you put levitate in the chat? Because I think there was something that is.
If you're asking, it can levitate something up that weighs up to 500 pounds.
Mm-hmm. So, the main disadvantage of this one is that it can only go 20 feet up.
That's not true. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain within the spell. And you can change it says you can change the target's altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction. which means 20 feet isn't its maximum. It's just the max you can raise it in one.
You can only move it by pushing or pulling against a fixed object.
The last paragraph says, otherwise you can use your action to move this target, which must remain within the spell's range. It's saying if you levitate a creature, they can only move by pushing off.
Well, he's got us all there. I'd say you'd be able to do it.
I hop on and wave Dusty up.
Yes. He climbs on.
Plus, doesn't the magic of the city, like,
It would definitely help, yeah.
help flying magic?
I'd say you'd manage to actually move at a slightly faster pace.
And we cross the gorge.
So, Rosalind and Zertha, I think you guys are gonna have a talk.
Yes. Because I assume they went off to go see a show, because no, they would never disobey me.
They weren't looking like overtly suspicious.
But
They were kind of looking their normal suspicious.
There's normal level suspicious.
Yeah, they're nominal.
plus, we'd have to get past you to get to that.
I'm not familiar with this, and I don't think Zerth knows about the flying boat.
Because I've never done it before.
Nope.
Nope. So it would never really occur to him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm guarding the only way they can go. We're fine as long as we stay here."
Hey, Yark, this boat is cool, but I could actually just fly you. You're very light.
I don't know. I feel like this would be a lot less suspicious if it was you. This is a lot less suspicious.
Yeah,
I feel
nothing more invisible than a boat.
I motion around to all the other flying.
There's quite a few.
Anyway, I'm gonna light up another cigar that I look at. It's like, I'm gonna have to get bigger cigars.
It's like placing a tic tac between your lips.
Yeah.
Cigarettes now.
He looks awfully concerned at all his good stogies that now he has to replace.
No, just glue them together.
Just put all of them in your mouth at one.
Pop them exactly like Tic Tacs. Oh.
Flaming tic.
Yeah.
You know the picture of the spy from TF2 going mental gen with like 100 cigarettes in his mouth.
No, don't you remember Powerstone's earlier artwork? My son. That's exactly what that was.
My boy.
Oh,
so-
we've got another art, by the way.
Yes.
I'm interested.
With the elephant lady in the back.
That is, way to go, Powerstone. You have captured my expression to a T.
It's perfect. Also, that's exactly what a sign advertising the Dragon Show would look like.
No cover.
Speaking of
charge.
elephants, my friend told me something that was too much for me. It was a character that he was making. You guys know what Luxodons are?
Mhm.
Yes, they're
Yeah,
from
they're
the
elephant
Magic the Gathering universe.
Oh, are they?
Yep.
They're not just
okay.
from the Magic the Gathering universe, but they're primarily shown there.
But I mean, it's an elephant race.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my friend is trying to make a Luxodon rogue,
Okay.
and
Stop right there.
he's using his natural advantage because it's rude to acknowledge the elephant in the room.
Ah!
Oh my
Ugh.
god.
The fucking worst.
I believe it.
I think I just lost 5 IQ points.
I
Yeah.
don't know where we're at anymore.
Told me that, I was like, please stop. Just stop that now.
That's even worse than my friends in the Ravnica campaign trying to convince us all to make centaurs so we could stack each other into centaur.
Jeez.
Because a centaur is a
Anyways,
medium creature that
can
can
we-
have a medium creature on their back.
Can we get back on topic?
Yes, let's go.
Let's-
We're on a boat. Yerk says, if Zarth is trying to, if Dad was trying to hide the show so much, it must.
Apparently my mic died for a second.
Oh,
that would
no.
explain it.
Yep, I was talking, and it's like, oh, it's no, okay, never mind. I fixed it. I think we'll find out. He's okay. So as he just kind of watches, slightly concerned, and he's just gonna look towards Rosalind and go. So it seems that we have not had a proper talk since your revival here. It's been non-stop, and I'm wondering how you're holding up.
Honestly,
Always.
I feel like I'm being pulled in a million different directions at once. I don't know what to do. I'm just following the rest of you, but I lost the others, sir.
He takes a very solemn look. And just kind of steps closer to her. I'm sorry. In the small time that I've gotten to know you, they were a good bunch. Rowdy, but a good bunch. It's not easy to lose someone, let alone many that you are close to. I can't express what you're going through, but I am here for you if needed.
Thanks. I'm just not sure what to do.
Well, you can always stay with me until you find what your calling is in this.
I think I'd like that.
He smiles softly. There's this world, as dim as it can be. There is a lot of light and opportunities around. You just have to look for them. And I can help and accompany you by your side during which.
Be about at this time where in a kind of pause in conversation, you look over and you have to do a double take. Is that? Kind of squint your eyes and look closely. Is that Yark in a floating boat?
I used my zoomy eye.
Oh, it's definitely him. Are you Yark, are you hiding are you riding real low in the seat?
Of course. I have no other choice, Nova. I'm 2.5 feet tall, and this thing's 2 feet.
You'd see the top of one of his spikes. of like an occupantless flying boat.
Oh, Dova, you want to hear something insane?
Sure.
The spell says I can move them on my turn as long as they're within the spell's range. The spell has a range of 60 feet. I can move this boat at 60 feet around.
I
I'm not doing that now, obviously. This is my first time flying a boat. I've never done it before.
it's moving at a more reasonable pace,
But theoretically,
I think.
Rosalind would hear Zerf mumble, "That little shit." Yark!
Yark and Dusty, you would definitely hear that.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
And falls over his seat.
Just roll up the window and lean down.
A random
Not here, we're not here, we're not here.
A random glass window on the side of the boat just comes out of the side.
All right, roll him up.
You might hear a small thump as the boat shudders. Dusty could not stay upright.
Yeah, it's a ways out there. It's maybe about 400 feet off to the side, and almost halfway to the other side of this chasm.
I'm gonna look to Rosalind. Do you mind helping me get the boys back?
Sure.
Imagine how I feel. And I'm going to pick Rosalind up and put her on my back.
All right.
And then I'm gonna cast haste on myself.
All right.
And I am going to literally haul ass with fire in my eyes and parental rage.
I'm guessing you have the map up right now?
Yes I do.
So you're currently on the southern side of the Torchfire District.
Mhm.
Kind of on that little bridge that crosses over to the Firelight District on the east side.
Yeah.
How are you going to get over to the Dragon Eyes District where the boat is heading?
There's a big old chasm, isn't there?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Clearly the answer is fireball.
There's
I
moving
have
platforms,
tempted.
which are basically giant silver kind of plates that slowly move from side to side. Actually, no, those would just be up and down. There's a handful of ferries that do move from district to districts on the other side. There's one that goes from the Firelight to Black Arch, but there's not one that goes from Dragon Eyes to Firelight.
Okay. Do I know they're going to the Dragon Eyes? Like, does that look like the direction they're heading to?
You see one of the giant Red Dragon Show signs.
Yark, we gotta do something. He's so mad.
You can see he's moving very fast down there.
Very fast.
I, without thinking, or just like in a panic, just kind of like, how do we get them?
Quick, I think he might think of throwing.
You could always shout Dusty's name.
Throw the squirrel!
Bob, throw me!
Who said that?
You are giant now. You can easily throw her.
Not 400 feet.
No.
Are you sure about that?
Even if you could, there's no way you could. You might not be able to hit a boat with a ton of other boats flying.
Ooh, what does this spell do?
Yeet the squirrel!
Uh-oh.
Here's you see a passerby is just telling you to throw the squirrel.
Oh, wait. I got it.
Oh, it's his wife.
There you go.
I don't think. Is there a check I could roll to see if, like, how far it can be if I threw her?
You can estimate.
Okay, what gator math do I have?
Go ahead and give me a insight check. Actually, no, this would be intelligence.
Okay.
As you're thinking though, we're getting further away.
Yeah, it's looking pretty far.
Okay.
You've
I'm
never
gonna
really
try
thrown
to-
anything that far, so.
Ooh, got it. Okay. I'm going to look at like the gondolas or like whatever floating things are, and me and her are gonna jump on there. But I'm gonna tell my birdie companion, Rosmus.
Now we've got more influence, so more people
Boy.
are yelling at you to yeet the squirrel.
Oh my god.
Squirrel.
There's just a giant crowd now.
It's just all about the squirrel, nothing else.
Yeah, I told you these people were crazy to begin with. I didn't do anything wrong.
This whole group.
On one hand, we're all gonna be with you. We'll help you through this. We're gonna be on your side. Also, the group, throw the squirrel.
Rosalind, your thoughts?
Rosalind's gonna pull a potion out of her bag. It's a potion of invulnerability.
No.
Just fucking do it.
I'm gonna eat the squirrel.
Eat the squirrel.
All right,
Oh no.
go ahead and give me a strength check.
With advantage, the sheer cheering.
I am going to drink the potion.
Disadvantage.
I'm going to drink the potion and rage at the same time.
Okay, so just a flat strength check.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Wait, does haste do anything for me?
No, it doesn't
Nope.
affect strength.
Rosalind, give me
You're just not used to your giant body yet.
give me an acrobatics check, Rosalind.
I'm so sorry. Can I just say this background music is very appropriate with what's going on?
The playlist is literally named Mischief.
So,
Perfect.
pull Rosalind from your back and kind of grabbing at or just holding kind of her in your palm. And Rosalind, you can kind of back your feet up and almost crouch as like a giant shot put. He catapults you off basically into the abyss. So
It's like when you forget to let go of the ball and you just.
Rosalind, almost immediately you are very aware of the fact that, boy, this is not enough. And so immediately your mind kind of switches from grabbing the party member's boat to grabbing anything. High or low?
Look,
Rosalind. Low? Alright, so out of the corner of your eye, you see one of the gargoyle kind of parcel couriers, and you've seen him a few times, but you're still kind of wary. But it's something to grab onto, and as you guys in the boat would see Rosalind just get rocketed out. It makes it should make it about 3/4 of the way before just kind of chaotically grabbing onto the ankle of a gargoyle that's just kind of passing by.
Dusty might see this, but I'm very focused on not hitting any other boats.
And you're most of the way there actually. But Rosalind, you are now hanging onto the ankle of a gargoyle who is not very pleased of its new passenger. It doesn't say anything, but you can tell by its annoyed, kind of almost panic growls that it is trying to find a place for you to get off of it safely.
Dova, you gotta keep an eye on the chat for those influences.
I've been kind of counting on them coming from you.
Yeah, but, I missed one. There was one for a reroll.
For the strength check, I'm guessing?
Probably.
All right, we can rewind.
Rewind.
Okay. All right. So re-rolling that.
Yeah.
All right, that's not fair.
Oh, that's much better.
All right. So go ahead and give me another acrobatics check, Rosalind.
Okay.
Oh. I almost saw
coincidentally. Sorry.
I'm going to use my divine favor to.
Give it divine favor.
Divine favor?
It's not quite called divine favor, but if I fail a roll or a skill check, I can re once per rage, and I am raging.
All right. Go ahead and re-roll that.
A little bit better.
All right. So, flying through the air, the gargoyle is actually going in the same direction as a boat, but it's slowly diverging. And as you're getting closer and closer, you're now almost directly over the Dragonized district. The tower is kind of looming in the distance, or in the very near distance, that is. You drop down and almost just angle yourself towards the boat. For the guys in the boat, you guys have been watching this develop. So you're very keenly aware that Rosalind's currently dropping down almost directly on top of you.
I'd rather be the driver of the getaway vehicle and not know what's going on, but my passengers. And I'm like, stop freaking out! I'm trying to drive. She's coming.
All right, so everybody in the boat, go ahead and give me a dexterity save.
Okay.
Dusty. There we go.
Oh, real quick, could Inun and I have heard that from across the city? You know, just Zer's massive
It's a little
yell.
bit too far away. That would be a little bit too far away. Also, because there is quite a bit of commotion around you anyways, because of the whole tower disappearing. But okay. So Rosalind, at the last moment you realize you're going in a very slightly the wrong direction. You reach out with your claws and grab onto the side of the boat, but the force that you're currently carrying with you causes you to basically rip off your own handhold.
Oh yeah. 'cause I
Dova,
have
new
armor.
influence.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ, guys!
I
What is
removed the
potion of
limit on
invulnerability do,
the.
by the way.
I removed the limit on how many minor influences can be done with the mark, so you know.
Okay, that's fine.
What does the potion of invulnerability do?
Half damage.
Half damage. So basically quarter
Resistance
damage.
to all damage. Yeah, resistance to all damage, and then I'm raging, which is also resistance to all physical.
Can you have double? Can you double?
I
Can
think
you have
so.
double? I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know, but I'll say yes, just so that you have a chance of surviving. Because you continue careening out, basically ripping the side off of the boat. Yark, you almost go out through the hole that was just created as the boat is violently rocked from side to side. Dusty is able to brace, but Yark, since you weren't really paying attention or you were trying to ignore it, you're jostled, almost flying out of the hole that Rosalind just made.
My boat!
As you are hanging off the side. The boat, by the way, is currently not exactly careening, but definitely going very drastically off course.
All right,
I
Dusty
will-
is going to have
because
to
I-
make a decision: save Yark, save Rosalind, or save the boat.
Oh no, Rosalind's falling. But Dova, using my mind, considering that's what I'm controlling it with, I'm just gonna position it under me.
You gonna do what?
I'm essentially controlling this thing with my mind.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna right myself, put it under me.
All right, I'd say you'd probably be able to do that. As you kind of pitch the boat over to the side, as you basically at the same exact moment as you make it to the tower itself, I'm going to grab the falling table because somebody is doing that right now.
You might have wanted to give her the Featherfall coin before.
I didn't
Okay.
have one.
You
I
used
was-
both of them?
I used them all because I was looking through my inventory. I'm like, I had the feather. Apparently, I used it.
Dova,
Not a lot, though.
the first 100 feet is negated to well, not negated, but halved as well.
All right.
That's my racial trait.
Oh, that makes sense. So you said we're over the district now, right?
Yeah. So 3-6. Okay. All right. So you see a bridge approaching fairly rapidly. And you won't necessarily know this, but some of the bridges in the upper wards have Featherfall enchantments that automatically catch anyone. This is one of the lower wards, so that does not exist.
I was just gonna foreland on it if I could.
Yeah, you're careening right towards this kind of cracked stone bridge. So that was 100 feet before striking the bridge. So how many
Okay.
of that do you negate?
That's halved 3 times.
That's
Dova.
half. Yeah, that's half. That's half from. So here we go.
Half from the potion, half from the rage, half from the racial.
All right.
Basically, this squirrel is built to survive fall.
So that is 10d6. Can I pick up the dice, please? Thank you. 2, 3, 4. So have 3 times, right?
Yep.
There's a lot of 5s.
I mean, 10d6 can't do more than my max health anyway, at least, so
Mhm.
even if it wasn't halved.
So you take not that much, actually. That's gonna be 28. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage
From 100-foot fall.
from a 100-foot fall. That ain't bad. As you land on one of the lower bridges in the Dragon Eyes district.
I'm gonna fall hammer first. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it in style.
You sure?
No, because the bridge will probably come out from beneath me, but
Just covering all my bases, because you would notice that the bridge is already cracked.
it's probably cracked again from my heavy ass.
Not that heavy. As you slam into it, doing a neat little roll and kind of skidding to the side as you bop against the railing. But Zerth, you would just kind of clutch your head in horror as you miss, and then you kind of relief as she catches the gargoyle, and then terror again as she drops and misses the boat, and then relief as she kind of gets to her feet. Oh!
Oh.
You can see it with your magic eye.
He's just gonna go, oh, I'm so gonna pay for that later. He feels existential dread.
But for the 2 hooligans, your boat disappears into some of the tall, narrow alleyways.
All right, Dusty, you ready?
I'm ready. What are we doing?
We're hitting the ground running. I'm gonna lower the boat and say smaller, and put it and like pull the boat back up as we jump off of it.
All right.
Dusty can fly. I'm just gonna roll and keep running.
All right. I'm guessing you grab the boat though.
I levitate it back onto my back. Sure.
All right.
There's just like
How
this
far away are they?
black aura of seething rage undergoing the lower parts of the Dragon Eyes district right now.
It's just sucking in all happiness.
I've never outrun that before.
People who are leaving the brothel just go, oh,
Aw.
because they're suddenly overcome with
Overcome
anger.
with dread. It's like
Oh,
it's
God,
like it's like
somebody
it's like,
knows.
it's like literally it's like walking through soup almost. like you can feel it in the air.
Quick, run!
I'm pretty
back.
sure at this point it's not too difficult to follow the signs.
Yeah, you'd be able to
I-
make it there without too much issue.
And I'm pretty sure we would know they were heading that direction where they're going.
You can definitely surmise that.
And I give the guy the ticket.
All right. He kind of looks you over for a brief moment before just kind of shrugging, and he takes the 2 tickets and tears them in half and hands you the other half.
God, he's the worst.
And then, finally, at long last, we go to see the Red Dragon.
All right. So
Censored.
you guys find your seats. The inside is fairly dark and smoky. You see a quite crazy collection of various kind of personalities gathering in the theater. And actually, the theater itself is kind of like almost like a dinner theater with a bunch of small circular tables with seats around them. all of them kind of facing towards the stage. Before long, the show starts. But before that, how are the other two party members going to meet up? Or are they? Are you just gonna go straight for where you suspect them to be going?
I'm gonna go get Rosalind and just go. I am so sorry.
She's already gun. You're still across the chasm. She's at least over there. She's gunning for them.
Oh, my boy. He does like the cross thing. It's like, boy, you've messed up worse than I ever did.
Do what you will. I've already won.
I've made my grave. I'm gonna rush. So I think I may still be hasted. As fast as I can after her.
All right, you do need to use one of the fairies.
That's fine. I am a mix of concern and complete gator rage. So it's like a very quiet anger that he's just chain smoking.
All right, go ahead and just subtract 2 sovereigns.
2 sovereigns, okay. And I'm gonna subtract 4 stogies.
All right.
4 good stogies. He is. You said how much sovereigns?
Just 2.
2. Okay, cool. A nut. I'll tip him if he can go faster.
That's what the other sovereigns are for.
Oh, nice. All right.
If a squirrel could have demonic eyes right now and a very menacing aura, then that would be wrong.
Oh, do I have a helmet for you?
Listen, we're running from death already.
Alright, so
I'm gonna attempt to find my way up from these lower bridges.
alright. It's not too hard. And in fact, you could probably make your way to the dragon show fairly easily. But you do notice this is very much a red light district down here.
I'm ignoring.
All right. About 10 minutes later, Zerth finally make it.
If anyone approaches, it'll just be a very, very curt piss off growl.
Let's suppose that you're writing a really important email to a colleague.
God damn it, why is there an ad here? Go away! Holy crap, this is terrible.
As Rosalind, as you are like barreling your way through the streets,
I don't have a good
Zerth would actually hear a very
like,
faint kind of a deep like a thump as Rosalind probably passes some sort of sound barrier.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you have new art, by the way.
Oh no.
Just his little horns. His little spikes.
Rats.
That's appropriate. Rosalind.
Well, I found a playlist that's literally called The Red Light District.
I'm interested.
Oh no.
Except
How
I'm
many
pretty sure that all of it is horribly copywritten.
Oh. And especially a lot of saxophones in it.
Oh wait, it's a radio station apparently. Here's songs by Ludacris, DMX, 50 Cent, Lil Jon, and more.
Oh
That
god,
doesn't sound
please.
fair.
Oh
No,
god,
no.
spare us.
Okay, we're not gonna play that. I'm just gonna play the city one. I don't have a good one for this.
So I've caught up to.
You guys have eventually met back up again.
I'm standing behind her like when I catch up, slightly out of breath. But I'm giving her a little bit thing because I could feel the rage coming off of her.
So,
And I'm not saying anything.
just
Uh,
a
sh-
shame
She's just going
emanating.
straight.
All right.
This isn't even barbarian rage at the moment because she hasn't attacked anything in a while. This is just pure, unadulterated, squirrely.
So, for those of you inside the dragon show, the lights kind of die down as the stage lights up with magical stage lights, and the curtain just slowly pulls aside, and it starts out. You know, it's plotline not very good. You notice that all the actors and actresses are either reptilian. You see what look to be, they kind of look like humanoid dragons. You would know that those are dragonborn.
Oh, them.
Cool.
I
And
guess they count.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good so far. Good theatrics, kind of nice music. But then it just kind of gets really weird and oh geez, everyone's taking their clothes. This is I don't know about this. Yeah, I can't say that on stream. I can't do that. Oh,
Sense.
it just kind of since it's bleep bleep. Hold on, putting the pixelation up. Can't show that.
Oh wait,
Ooh,
I
can't
got
show
this.
that in this.
Hold on, I got this.
You have to put the
So, first thing, and then they have a with the and the,
Yeah, just keep going. It's straight. Yeah. Would you guys stay in the theater for the whole thing? Or at some point where you just leave, or are you just frozen in shock?
so I don't know. I just explaining this for the the people who don't know in chat. Kobolds and draconic kind have quite an interesting relationship, almost bordering on religious obsession. So he's more like in awe, just in general, of the whole thing. Because like, how many times have you seen Dragonborn before now?
Just a few times.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but what about Dusty?
He's just confused, like, why?
Oh, plus
Why are they...
lizards are like normally. I mean, lizards. It's less showy for lizards to be naked.
Like he's seeing it, but it's not processing.
Good thing Dusty's mind has an automatic filter.
You're got these big starry eyes, and everyone's on just says, "Our dragon's so cool."
Those are not the words that everybody else are saying.
I don't get it.
So all four of us seeing this?
You would arrive at this part as soon as it's really getting heavy.
Oh, great!
You may. Well,
But
first of
hold
all, you
on,
don't have tickets.
How does they how they do it?
Oh, we don't need tickets.
I think that the bouncer's saying you definitely do need tickets.
And what does Rosalind say to that?
I say rage, RKO.
Okay.
I say command.
You would notice out of the corner of your eye there is a guard patrol over there. They might not be in earshot, but they can definitely see you.
I'm gonna walk up to the bouncer and go. And as I'm walking, I'm just gonna walk right past him. And if he stops me, then I'll continue, like what I was about to say.
He's definitely gonna stop you. He just kind of says, "Hey, you need to buy a fucking ticket."
Oh, really? And do you let
Yeah.
children in here?
What are you talking about, kids? Of course we
Mm,
don't let kids in.
well, my 2 boys are in there right now.
He just kind of grumbles and says, "Fine. What do they look like? I'll go get them."
It's a no. I will, as his father, and motions with his tail to the raging, angry squirrel, and his mother will go get them. You failed at your job to defend this establishment against the innocent eyes.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
I'm an adult, god dang it.
I have advantage because of the scar.
And the helmet.
And the helmet.
He just kind of slowly backs away. You're a little bit short for the intimidation.
And a squirrel.
But Zerth, he just kind of backs away, says, "Hey, want no trouble." But you would notice that the guards definitely saw that.
I don't give 2 shits right now. As I'm gonna, me and her are gonna march right in.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I can hear the sound of of large Zerth and heavy metal armor marching
Over
from very far away.
over like the heavy like thumping music and the blood rushing through your ears, you would not be able to hear it.
I can hear giant metal thumping.
He's outside. He's like past a lobby, some hallways, and then 2 closed doors. So, but you would hear as he enters the room behind you. Sir, go ahead and give me a perception check with disadvantage. Actually, no, it would even out because it's in the dark. It's crowded, but you also know like what the back of the heads of the people you're looking for look like.
So, Dova.
Yeah.
There's something I want to do as I hear them.
Okay.
So I knew this was coming, obviously. They were eventually going to reach here. And I'm going to say a word in Draconic. Oh, I guess you can't really pronounce that. Anyway, and I'm going to say, good luck, brother. And I'm going to cast invisibility on myself.
Dustin grabs him by the tail and says, "No, you got me into this. We die together."
That's gonna be a grapple check because you don't know exactly where his tail disappears.
I blindsight you now.
You have to like screech to do that. Actually, I think it would be ultrasonic, so nobody would hear it anyway.
It's not perfect either. But
Here, how's this
Go ahead
song?
and go ahead and give me a grapple check.
All right, is that athletics or acrobatics?
That would
you'd
be
have to do
athletics.
And I can use athletics or acrobatics, right?
Yes.
Damn it.
Ah, no.
Oh, you barely managed to grab onto the tip of its tail as it like slips between your fingers. It has like a little bit of the cinnamon bun remaining on it, so it's a little bit sticky.
No,
Dang,
Yark.
collar.
We die together, Yark. You got me into this, and I followed through.
He's very
Take-
placid.
Zerth, you had managed to spot
You wanted to see
the
this,
large ears of Dusty a
you
few
wanted
rows
to see
in.
this just as much as me.
And you also, in ultra high definition, you see what's going on the stage.
Okay, as
And you just kind of like, you just had to like stagger back for just a moment.
yeah, he's thrown like there's an expectation you go like you mentally prepare for yourself, and then when you see it, it's completely different.
Yeah, it's like shock.
Yeah, that's a little bit of I didn't know they could do that.
Serve, take a punch. Serve, take a punch to the back of the leg.
I've never seen a tail used like that before.
And he's just gonna roll the low rubber and point Rosalind to where Dusty and Yark are, and just goes, "Get them."
Attack swirl noise.
Alright, everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say as soon as I sense his hand weaken just a little bit, I was gonna try to.
Oh god. Oh my god. That's impressive.
This is a family issue.
I think I need one more. I need one from Dusty. Christ almighty. Alright, so as you guys like barge in, there's a lot of like haulers from patrons all around who are just, hey, get out! Hey, get down! I can't see. And so you feel like a bit of food get thrown at you. You get hit by like a chicken bone. Dusty's up first though.
Oh boy. Can I hoist your up?
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Will I make a check against this, or is it just a strength check?
I mean, I'm going to flee with the both of us.
I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to hide, not flee.
This will probably be
Too
strength
late.
versus strength.
Hmm.
You're like clawing on the edge of the seat as you're trying to go in the opposite direction. And Dusty, you're being very slowly kind of dragged across like the two chairs that you were occupying before.
You're actually gonna say, "Don't be jealous just because I can hide." Why don't you learn some magic?
I'm not gonna die alone. I'm not gonna die.
I'll get it too. I just want to finish the show.
Maybe if we go on the ceiling then.
I already have a plan. Go.
Okay, fine. Okay. He'll just go up.
Dova new influence.
Yep, I saw. It's at the start of Rosalind's turn that a series of like magical strobe lights start going off in the show, and it is dazzling. That combined with the contents of the show itself, it's a lot of culture shock to take in all at once, Rosalind.
I'm
Okay.
gonna. Wait, that's not my turn. I forgot we're doing turns now. Let me bring up the combat tracker.
So, what does that mean?
It's just really, really hard to see exactly what's going on.
It's dazzling.
It depends on exactly what you're going to do.
Well, I was just going to literally launch myself.
All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, since it's pretty hard to see the actual landing spot.
As Dusty shoots himself upwards. Perfect.
All right, you're able to. And Dusty, give me an acrobatics check, since I assume you want to just tackle Dusty.
Yep.
All right.
No one catches the bat.
He's
I'm
hurt.
guessing you let go of Yark's tail.
Of course I do.
Okay, I'm just
He said he
making
had a
sure you're
plan.
not like dragging him up.
No.
But Rosalind, you go careening over, slamming into another patron's table, and just flinging food and drink everywhere.
Just I just want to point out, guys, the real big rolls come out when it's most everyone's rolling 18s and 20s.
The last time you guys rolled a single for a stealth or for a single digit number. I don't know what were you rolling back then,
It was
Rosalind?
Rosalind with disadvantage on something, and still I managed to get a 13.
Has advantage on a something. I don't remember. Either way, that would have been your movement and your action, Rosalind. As you are,
I am going to say Dusty's full.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it on stream though.
I'm gonna have to make a con save. The DC is 13 because you are not Saracen. I faltered for a moment. As I briefly had a heart attack.
All right.
And then that's my turn.
All right. It is now Yark's turn. Yark?
Yes, hello. Alright. So, I'm invisible. If you look on my... I'm going to sneak up right to the stage and, like... Obviously, I'm short and it's probably pretty tall. I'm going to get as close as I can to see the whole thing. But also out of the way so that I might not be accidentally found.
All right. How long does invisibility last? An hour? Right?
Yes, an hour.
All right. I'm just making sure.
Unless his concentration is broken.
Which it is pretty distracting up there.
But I know I must be helped.
I'll leave that. I'll leave the determination on whether or not to make a concentration check up to you.
Perfect. I know exactly what to do with it. But yes,
this is some real music going on. So, it is Zerth's turn.
Yeah, this wasn't the one that I was thinking it would be. I'm trying to find. While I'm sitting here, since I'm not involved in this scene, I'm going through the music I've got from OC Remix and setting up an actual party playlist. Some of them sound good.
Yark is invisible.
Well, shit. That didn't work. I had a, because that relies on sight, and I can't see him. Because I could have ended this, but I can also end this too. And he's gonna look towards Dusty and yell his full name.
Oh no, not you too.
And just goes, which I'm not gonna say either, but he's just gonna go, "You will stop this now. Grab your brother. We are leaving."
Now I'm gonna have to make a Constitution and a Wisdom saving throw. Okay. He doesn't have to make a death save this time. He doesn't have to. But he might have to obey. No. Spurned on by Yark's rebelliousness, he says, "I can do what I want. I'm a teenager, damn it."
He's gonna sigh heavily and cast Hold Person on him.
Cast what?
Hold Person.
All right.
While he's flying.
Yep. So you gotta make a Wisdom save.
No.
Nope.
Don't mind me, I'm just looking up Law and Order. Looking at fines and stuff.
Dun, dun.
I think I had a nice list printed out. God damn it.
And he's just gonna go, Yark, stop this foolishness now.
All right, as Dusty drops to the ground immediately.
I would catch him, but it's not my turn.
Yark's gonna
Slamming down into a different patron's table. Actually, he would go like just in the aisle, but still. It's about at this point that the show is slowing, but it's not stopping yet.
In response to Zar's command, York is going to shed a single tear in his mind, say, "I'm sorry, Father, but today I must carve my own path."
Oh my god!
But there are a large amount of jeers for you all for interrupting the show, as well as Rosalind and Dusty are actually no, just Rosalind. You are maliciously splashed with the contents of a wine glass, like a goblet, just angrily by the patron whose table you slammed into.
Good for that.
Okay, this music is extremely fitting.
And I just accidentally added this song to my Christmas playlist.
Nice. Could I go ahead or could I get a perception check from everybody? Yeah, for everybody. Dusty, this is with advantage.
Absolutely, Dova. There you go.
I'm a little distracted.
Yeah, you're a bit distracted. So, Zerth and Dusty, you would be able to hear the shouts and the approaching heavy footsteps.
Did you see the influence?
At least a few guards, yeah. But yeah, Dusty and Zerth, you hear the approaching heavy footsteps of. You're not sure exactly how many guards, but there's a few.
Father, guards, we're in trouble again, just like the train.
Always. Grab your brother. The fun is over. We need to go.
Zerth, I don't think Dusty's in any shape for grabbing anything. Right?
Father, I cannot obey because I cannot move.
I leave it. Are we still in combat, or is it kind of like?
You're still in combat.
Okay, well, there's not much I can do right now because I was gonna drop hold person, but I think I gotta wait till my turn.
No, you can drop concentration.
Yeah, you can
whenever.
drop concentration at any time.
Oh, sweet. He's just gonna go. Longer than he should, just to prove a point. And then drop the hold person.
All right.
It's not the first time they've been in trouble with guards before.
Fucking hell.
Help, assassins!
Okay, so. Dusty, it's your turn.
Well, Yark's not in the seats anymore. That much he knows.
Yeah, you have no idea where he's at.
Are there better seats?
Like, open right now?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yes, he probably relocated, but he really wants to watch the show. He knew Yark saw. Seemed really into it. Nope.
No, you do. You have no idea. They all look occupied and by people who are currently staring up at you angrily.
Don't pin this on me. I was assaulted.
I have a ticket. Takes out the ticket stub.
Do you say that? Yark?
Oh no, no one knows I'm here. I was just pretending to be Dusty.
Okay.
Yeah. He goes back to Zerth. He goes back to Zerth and says, "He's invisible. I was holding him when I heard you two approach, but then he said he had a plan."
You both are going to get scoldings for this.
Oh, we don't do family things anymore.
And this is why.
York is a good influence. Quiet. Ew.
Fucking hell.
We will talk about this later.
Can we just run?
Yes. Spread out. Find Yark.
Aw, jeez.
Alright, Rosalind, it's your turn. Rosalind?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what to do.
Alright.
I would like to search for Yark.
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Or investigation.
No.
Yeah, you don't see him anywhere. And I don't think you would have heard
I think I need to roll against his stealth.
Well, here's the thing. You can't see me, and I highly doubt you can hear me to do overall the sound.
But you didn't take the action to hide once invisible.
I'd say because of the circumstances, you need a very, very good result to end up spotting him. Since it is very loud, strobe lights are going off, and it is extremely dark other than that.
Okay.
Yark?
I'm gonna continue to stay out of the places where, like, I can easily found, like, close to the wall, close to the corner. Just, it's a very low chance for people to bump into me.
Alright.
You know how, like, there's a bunch of seats around the main stage?
Mm-hmm.
I can see between two of those, and, you know, it's very awkward for someone to try to, like, check the air between two other people.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check. Because they're all occupied at the moment, so you'd have to kind of worm your way in between them without anybody noticing.
And small, but okay. Can I get advantage?
Yeah, because you are small.
This music is also extremely fitting.
All right, you managed to find a little nook that you can kind of squeeze into. That you're fairly well protected, and you still have a okay view of the stage.
They said it was beginning to wrap up, right?
It was slowing down, probably because of the commotion in the crowd.
All right,
As a lot of the performers are keeping an eye on what's going on.
If it gets to the point where the show's over and I don't get caught, I'm gonna sneak backstage to hide.
All right.
Because that's extremely much less likely for me to be.
All right. Zerth.
Does Yark have any poisons on him?
I do not.
Okay. Never mind. I was.
You gotta detect poisons.
Thinking outside the box here. Can I roll like an insight check to just kind of like think of like if I was Yark and in trouble, what would I do?
Go ahead. Yark, what would you normally do?
If I was in trouble,
Assuming, kind
Under
of keeping in
normal
mind the 20
circumstances.
result.
under normal circumstances, for the most part, I would face my wrongdoings and just take whatever punishment. But if it's super severe and I don't like the person, I will definitely hide. But this is a little different because, like I said, it's like a racial obsession kind of thing, and he really wants to see the end of the show. And I can say that because Zerth has never seen this side of Prologue before. Or Yark.
So I'd probably go with the former, that he would be somewhere out here. Then. Oh. Okay.
I'd say that moment of thinking was your bonus action.
Okay, that's fine. Zerth's just gonna go. He's gonna yell, "I'll give 10 Galifars to anyone who helps me find my son. He's a small kobold."
Then the man in black shows up.
Well, first, the guards show up as their clomping boots make their way through the hallways outside, and finally the main area, led by the bouncer you saw outside. He simply points to you two. He points to Rosalind and Zerth, and just says, "They're the troublemakers."
Father, flee.
It's like, you're the one that let children in.
Go ahead and give me your persuasion check. Roll again, because that's exactly what you're. The guard kind of looks at the bouncer, who just kind of says, "Hey, they looked like adults. How am I supposed to check? All the kobolds look the same age, anyways."
That's racist.
I point to Rod. Like that. That's right.
The rather annoyed looking guard just kind of looks at you, looks at the bouncer, and says, "Either way, let's settle this outside. First, I can see that you've disturbed quite a few patrons around here, and that's not okay. Second, you come to us first before just barging in and frankly ruining all these people's day. Just come outside, we'll deal with it."
I'm gonna go over and pick up Dusty.
Hi.
and just no words. And if Rosalind will allow him, he'll gently pick her up and just go, Yark, if you're not out here in 1 minute, and just leave it hanging in the air. As he follows them out with the guards.
All right. So, as you guys are escorted out, one of the guards starts to talk with the bouncer, and then eventually asks you and says, what do your sons look like? One of them's a kobold, I gather.
Yes.
Dusty
Kobo.
waves from under Zert's arm. Hi.
The other one. The other troublemaker. I do apologize. I did not want to disrupt those who enjoy that kind of nightly entertainment. But as a father, if you have kids, you tend to get wrapped up in emotion.
I can understand that, sir. This isn't some backwater hamlet where one can go gung-ho with that sort of thing. We are civilized sort of people. We try to be. Regardless, he says to the bouncer, and get a tally for the damage caused. And the bouncer kind of nods and heads inside. Your
I'm
son's
giving
inside. We'll bring him out. Something like this just can't be swept under the rug. You will have to pay damages and fines.
New influence.
Accepted. One sec.
I'm giving Dusty the look.
The guard's currently flipping through a small statute guide. And at about this time, about 5 minutes after you guys have been escorted out, a number of other guards kind of arrive, apparently back up.
I guess I tower over him.
Yeah, you can guess the reason why.
I'm taking another. I got like 4 cigars in my mouth right now.
Hey Dova, did you do that major influence earlier yet?
I was just about to.
Okay.
So as things are kind of picking back up inside the theater, the people around you have taken the offer of Zerth to find you and are it looks like they're about to start looking around. However, you do see off to the side that the door to the back room is currently open.
Has the show ended?
No, it's still going.
Alright, well, if I am being looked for, then I gotta hide. So I will go to the.
Sorry, you cut out at the end there.
Oh, I'll go to the open door to the back room.
All right. Creeping along to the back room, you narrowly avoid one of the waitresses as she carries a plate of food and drink. But you see that one direction leads towards the kind of the kitchen area, but that's incredibly busy. There's people passing in and out every few seconds, so staying invisible and going through there is likely not going to work out. But you see the other direction leads towards the back area, the backstage area, and you can see a glint of kind of shiny a shiny glass and kind of silver filigree of a few bottles sitting on a little end table.
Like potions?
Yeah.
He whispers to, he thinks to himself, I've got to find a way to get back to the stage, but not a spot that he can find me. What do the potions say as they sneak up to them?
Sneaking up, you enter the actual backstage area. You can hear you can actually feel through the stage floor the thumping of the beings kind of slamming down on the wooden surface, either with their feet or otherwise. But the four potions, the little vials, are simply labeled with the text that says enhancement. You're not sure exactly what it enhances.
I'm gonna carefully take one from later just in case it comes in handy, even though I don't know what it does.
All right. Go ahead and add one adult enhancement potion.
I figured that's what it was.
Something like that. You'll find out when you drink it.
If I'm the one who drinks it.
Mm-hmm. But you see a handful of the beings currently back there, looking extremely tuckered out, drinking water, just fanning themselves off. Yeah. Some of them currently doing makeup just in front of a boudoir.
So just a mixture of males, females, in different colors?
Yep, but all of them reptilian or dragonborn.
What would you... How... I want to, his eyes are drawn to the most, the strongest looking of the male dragonborn, because strength is like a dragon.
Mm-hmm. He is... he would currently be kind of hunched over on like a comically tiny stool, just gathering his breath.
What color scale is that, of curiosity?
Red.
Oh, right.
You think that this is actually like the protagonist? You kind of lost the plot in the middle there, but you think this is the main character.
I don't think the plot was all that thought through anyway. But I think, the
real easy to
amazing.
lose grasp on. Yeah.
But the actors kind of made up for it.
Hmm. The performance definitely.
Choreography was spot on.
The choreography was amazing. So it's at this point, Yerk sees him, falls to his knees, and says audibly, "You're so cool," and loses concentration.
give me.
Charisma check.
Yeah, he kind of stops mid drink on a water skin. Just kind of looks over at you.
If he could have stars in his eyes, he would.
Thanks. Oh. Are you one of the makeup people? Do you
No,
new around? I haven't seen you before.
No, sir, just a fan.
He yells out over your shoulder, "Hey, Lania! You know, does this little guy have a backstage pass?" And you hear a voice just over behind you. What? I don't think we had any on the schedule.
Can I have one?
Sorry?
He says, "Can I have one?"
You don't have a... If you don't have a backstage, be back here.
Oh, please, I don't get to talk to the other dragon. Dang. I almost. So here's the thing. I almost accidentally gave myself advantage because I remembered. What was it? Dragon sorcerers have advantage while talking to dragons. But I kind of forgot.
These are they're not actually dragons.
Well, still.
Hmm. He just kind of shakes his head. Lania, get this guy out of here! And you
That's
hear
so
the,
upsetting. That charisma check was so important to me.
as a clawed hand kind of rests on your shoulder, quite large clawed hand. As you turn behind you and see a rather imposing, just kind of aura-wise. She's actually quite a bit smaller than the other Dragonborn, but this one's clothed in a kind of managerial style for sure, and seems to be either the director, just kind of the main stagehand back here, or possibly secure. As she just looks down on you and says, "Let's head somewhere else, okay?"
Well, I get to see the rest of the show, though, right?
As long as you have a ticket, you can see the rest of the show. But
I eagerly whip out the ticket stub.
all right, as she starts to pull you very,
His eyes are glued to the main character and says, good luck.
you hear him kind of give a quiet grunt before he.
He whispers and stuff. Dragons are so cool.
So, as you are kind of ushered back through the door, the light kind of spills. As one of the patrons in the front immediately recognizes and kind of
visibility again. He says, "Oh shoot!" I forgot."
As you disappear again, he's like, he was about to shout out like he found you. He looks, kind of hunches over. He just kind of sighs in disappointment.
I pick a seat near the back and.
All right. Just before
Give
the
me
final
a moment,
act,
guys. We are having some lag here. Let me swap over to a new server for the voice. Alright, hopefully that'll work better. Hello?
I mean, I don't. It wasn't too bad for me, so I'm not hearing a difference yet.
Well, it's sounding better for me right now, so.
Hey, well that's good. So just before the final act, there's a small break as an announcement kind of rings out with a magically augmented voice. As he says, and the raffle winner for today's show is ticket number, and there's a from the orchestra pit, there's a snare drum that does a drum roll. 51. If you got number 51, head to the ticket booth right after the show and you'll give your prize.
Huh. Dusty, check his ticket.
Yark picks his ticket.
I need to check the influence first.
Gosh dang it!
just to make sure who. Give me a D2 roll. Somebody.
We can't.
All right, fine. D4. 1 and 2 is. I will go with that one. So Yark, your ticket is actually number 50. Dusty, though, you'd be able to hear it just outside the door. Your ticket's number 51.
Oh.
So I'm going to kill myself.
Dusty wriggles up. I have to go back. They called me.
You're staying put.
But
Yes.
I won. Fine, you get that.
The guard just kind of says, "You can get back to your business as soon as I've finished this paperwork."
But my ticket.
Tell
back. The bouncer gets back and just kind of whispers something or mutters something to him. Just kind of nods and quickly heads back into the theater. He says, "Well, adding up all the accumulated damage, including those to lost food, beverage, and soiled clothing, as well as the broken chair, you will hereby be fined a grand total scaled up to properly impact due to income, 415 Galifars."
Ooh.
As he pulls out one half of the copy of a ticket, handing it over to Zerth. "The fine will be paid within 1 month, else interest will accumulate at a rate of 10% per day thereafter. You will find all the details printed on this ticket. You may go about your business. Have a good day."
Thank you. As he says, if looks to kill, Dusty would not have a soul right now. Have you ever made your parents so mad? There's just that look of I won't make it till next year. That is the look he is giving his boy right now. You said how much was it?
I went ahead and added it to your inventory.
Oh, you're so kind. Bills,
No problem.
like real life.
You have been fined 415 Galifars.
Oh, and
Citation.
also the bank is gone.
As the guards disperse, you are now left with a hefty ticket.
Let me know when the show's over.
The show would have ended at about now. There's just this one last bombastic scene that is over fairly quickly, but it leaves a heck of an impact.
All right. Here's what happens. Are Dusty and Zerth close together?
Very.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do this?
Cautiously.
There's something very specific I want to do. Gosh dang it, I'm taking too long to decide. Dova,
Yeah?
would I be able to whisper something to Dusty without Zerth hearing it? Or are they way, way too close?
They're adjacent to each other at the moment, so you can certainly try. Dusty has pretty dang good hearing,
I do.
so you don't know how quiet you could go.
Alright, so he's gonna whisper pretty quietly from a distance. Still invisible.
Go ahead and
And
give me a
say-
stealth check without advantage. So
What?
just normal. Go ahead and give me a stealth check just to gauge the amount of sound properly. And Dusty, give me a perception check with advantage. Zerth, give me a perception check. All right.
Seriously?
Like father, like son.
You kind of very quietly ramp up the volume. What are you saying, by the way?
I'm saying, Dusty, if you can hear me, don't look, but wiggle your
Wiggle your what?
left ear, because I'm looking at him from behind.
All right. There's Earth. You would very faintly hear Yark's voice say something.
Over the crowd.
They rolled the same, so you're kind of ramping up your voice just a little bit at a time.
So
I guess it's true.
Would I hear the wiggle the left ear part?
No.
No. Okay.
Dusty would. know.
I'm guessing you can hear saying something, but you can't. You can hear something being said, but you can't.
By Yark for sure, somewhere behind you.
Oh, I had such a good action if I heard that left ear thing.
So does Dusty wiggle your? Dusty, do you wiggle your ear?
Did I hear it?
Yeah,
You would hear it, yeah.
Okay. He tries to wiggle his left ear.
Oh, come on, you can flick it like a mammals do.
Okay, he goes up to rub his left ear.
Yark whispers at that same volume. Close enough. I'll take the fall if you trade tickets with me.
Okay. He then, I guess I could have to roll a deception roll to just fold up his ticket and toss it to the side.
Yeah, go ahead.
Or no, you just like bundle up angry and like throw it. Throw it behind you, like casually.
Yeah, ball up the ticket, toss.
And I pick it up.
All right.
Zerth.
Zerth would be seeing this going down, and you would see the ticket disappear.
Would I like just vanish?
Yeah.
Would I know exactly where that is?
That's not fair.
What about me? Like I am still hearing
Like
it.
I don't catch it. I let it hit the ground.
Well, yeah, it
first.
hits the ground, but then after.
And wait a second. You don't take the ticket immediately.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you watched it long enough, you would probably see it disappear.
Ah yes, Zerth is staring at the ticket.
I'm gonna grab his head.
Zerth's or Dusty's head?
No, Yark's head, because it vanished.
Well, you still can't see me, and I'm still moving.
Actually, no, I got a better idea. I'm gonna. Rosalind, how close are you to me?
I'm right beside you. I've been beside you and Dusty this entire time.
Beautiful. I'm gonna whisper to you. York's right behind us. Your play.
Can Dusty grab Zert's mouth?
I need this reward.
After all, alligators have very weak muscles.
New influence.
I saw that, yeah.
I saw it too, guys. You jerk.
I'm just gonna attempt to like menacingly shout out Yark.
Go ahead and give me an intimidation check. As Yark, you kind of you're kind of creeping away, and so you kind of stop and look. You feel a distinct kind of tickling sensation just like on your snout and just in front of your eyes as you kind of look up and you see a big ass spider.
Why is it these rolls that are failing?
Take a deep breath. Because you know I'm gonna power through it. Because you know why, Dova? I've been through worse.
He will be.
You guys, you would see as creatures who you touch don't turn invisible. You would see a spider slowly kind of bouncing along at about Yark head height.
I quickly slide my hand back across my head and putting the spider in their general direction. I keep from freaking out because I've had spiders in worse places.
Dusty is not sure what to do. He's holding Zert's mouth shut with surprising power.
No, you don't even need to do a surprising power because Gators can't open their mouths with much.
He's gonna pry me off though with his hands.
Yeah, the hands. That's the issue. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Another one?
No,
Oh.
Zerth.
And Dova.
As a spider, about the size of like 2 hands, is just flung through the air. It kind of tumbles for a moment before its legs just kind of fling out and try to grab whatever it's coming towards, which is most likely Rosalind.
Also, just saying, as soon as I grab the ticket, I'm taking the dash action back to the ticket.
All right.
I'm gonna dodge out the way and head straight for the ticket booth.
All right.
You don't know what's going on.
I do because
that was
Dusty
metagaming.
said no. Dusty said right in front of us that he needed to go and take the ticket. Why'd that roll 3 times?
Why did you?
I don't know. I was holding my push to talk button at the same time. Maybe it thinks I clicked it more than one.
Maybe. Well, we are kind of getting to our end time here.
Let's wrap this up. Yarkus is present and goes home and faces the judgment.
Well, yeah, we'll just go ahead and say that Rosalind gets very close to catching him, but the prize is actually what looks to be a fairly light looking wooden crate with a few holes in it.
Oh.
They look
Really?
an awful lot like air holes.
I don't have time to open it up, do I?
Not at the moment, but you are currently visible as you receive the box.
I figured I had to be in order to switch it out.
Mm-hmm. They wouldn't really accept an invisible ticket. But it feels like there is a decent amount of heft to it. So there's something inside. You did not get an empty box, that's for sure.
That's great. This is gonna be like a last-ditch effort kind of thing. At the approaching Rosalind.
Oh no, she is already
I'm
there.
gonna... Okay, I'm gonna say.
As you like receive the box, you're looking at it, and you're kind of smiling. And you turn around, and Rosalind is like inches away.
He's gonna say, "Okay. I know this is bad, and I promise I will face the consequences of my actions."
I'm gonna grab him by the neck.
But at least I think there's a living creature in here, and I need to make sure it's okay. This is less about me and more about the other being.
As you are currently being dragged back outside.
All right, I'm going to open up the box just a little bit
All right.
while I'm being dragged because I can do that.
All right. The box is held shut with a fairly simple-looking clasp. As you kind of click it open and slowly kind of look inside, you see looks to
More
be
spiders.
kind of just endless
God.
spiders.
She's
No,
already
it's,
pouring a burning glass of spider.
It's what looks to be a kind of rough, scaly-looking snake. As you can't really see the head of it, but you kind of see in the darkness as your vision adjusts. You see tiny little pair of wings folded against it, along with some kind of stumpy-looking little claws. As the sleeping pseudo dragon is just kind of nestled very comfortably inside the rags and straw.
His eyes grow wide and he just whispers, "I would die for you."
As you close the lid in preparation.
I said, "I'm in preparation for dying for it."
Yep. Death will be an easy escape for what I have planned.
It's a good thing we're going back to a cathedral. We won't even need to go far to bury.
I got revived.
No,
It'll be worth
no,
it.
the priest owes you a favor. They've got their.
Yeah, they do. Oh, the murder.
So I do
you
apologize for
must
missing
have
out
already-
on you guys, Inun and Sinnoh. I think I got a little bit carried away with this.
It happens every session.
I promise we will spend more time on you in the coming sessions.
So long as you do something interesting. I'm just kidding. Oh god, I've completely forgotten I've had the voice thing on this whole.
Yeah, no,
Well,
it's
Yeah. Yep.
Has it
Dusty
been
and Yark-
annoying? I'm sorry. I can turn it off.
Oh, well, I can guarantee Dusty and Yark will be out of commission for a while.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and end here, I suppose,
Yep.
then.
The whole tower bank disappeared and the cops went to the brothel. No one gave a fuck about that.
well, they're in a different place. They haven't heard about it yet.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us for Echoes of Eberron Dungeons and Dragons. We will be back next week with more. I will be back in just a few minutes with with some more Warcraft 3 Reforged. So do stick around for that. It'll be about 15 minutes or so. So go stretch your legs, grab a snack, and I will be right back. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It's because of you I can continue bringing this content. And I bid you all a very fond adieu for now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Why?
Bye, everyone.
Oh.